basketball immortality for the 15th time in their glorious history. The Los Angeles Lakers are world champions of basketball.
But these places and these places are getting old.
Kobe Bryant at the finish.
Careful what you wish for, 'cause you just might.
Gasol gets inside and throws it down.
You just might get it all, yeah.
To the basket.
I'm going home.
Up top the Fishes, straight on three, pucks it in. The Lakers survive.
It's always been enough for me, so I'm going home.
The Lakers are NBA champions once again. LA wins the title.
I'm going home.
You are looking live at downtown Los Angeles from Chopper 2, where in just about an hour from right now, the Lakers will celebrate their parade, their victory parade of winning yet another NBA championship, the 15th in the glorious franchise history of the Los Angeles Lakers, from downtown Los Angeles to the Coliseum, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Hill. Welcome to this very special edition of LTV, the Lakers 2009 championship celebration, along with big game James Worthy, who was in 3. The hat trick, 3 of these. So this has to bring back some wonderful memories for you.
Yes, it does, Jim, man. You know, it's all about the fans. This is a parade that you want to come out and show your appreciation for what the fans have contributed to your success and how they've supported you throughout the year. So it's a big celebration and well-deserved for our Los Angeles citizens.
And, of course, you know what the Lakers mean to this city, and this city has a certain glow to it when the Lakers win, and especially on a day like today.
Well, a lot of history. This is a brand that Dr. Buss started back in the late 70s, and the Lakers have endured obstacles. They've won 15 championships. So, you know, it's meant a lot to the fans. They've played a big part in that over the years, moving from Inglewood to downtown, continuing that support. I think other than 1985 when the Lakers beat the Celtics for the first time, and not to diminish what they've done back-to-back, three-peat, but this one might be sweeter than most of them because they were a young team. They survived defeat last year, coming back and winning this year. Pretty awesome.
It's going to be absolutely incredible as the parade starts, as I mentioned, in just about an hour from right now. And we have the entire parade and celebration route covered for you, that is for sure. John Ireland is inside Staples Center, where the players will emerge shortly. Serene Branson is just outside Staples Center. Christine Lazar is on Figueroa Street along the parade route. And our own Gary Miller is at the Coliseum, where the festivities will end and the players will be there. And, of course, it's going to be loud and noisy when we have about 75 or 85,000 people there at the Coliseum. Now, here is a look at how today's celebration will unfold. The players are expected to start boarding the buses at about 10:45. Then the parade from the Staples Center will head down Figueroa for the 2-mile ride to the Coliseum. After they arrive, the players' presentation will get underway at about 12:15. And, of course, we will have it for you right here on KCAL9. Now, the Lakers wrapped up their 15th NBA championship on Sunday night in Orlando, and much has been made of the team's strong chemistry throughout the entire season. But as any Lakers fan knows, the team's success relies heavily on their superstar guard and Kobe Bryant. And he was never shy about expressing his desire to lead this team to another NBA championship.
Kobe Bryant on the drive, gets to the basket. Oh, what a move from Kobe Bryant.
During this postseason, there was never any question that Kobe Bryant was a man obsessed.
I just want it so bad, that's all. Just want it really bad.
His constant pushing of himself as well as his teammates finally ended in Orlando, where the Lakers captured their 15th NBA championship.
This gifted team that couldn't has finally done it.
For Kobe, this has been an amazing year. Named MVP last season, he helped Team USA to an Olympic gold medal over the summer in Beijing. He then returned to the Lakers and led them to a 65-win season and another NBA championship. But perhaps the most gratifying part of this title is that it finally releases Bryant from the shadow of Shaquille O'Neal, the man many critics said Bryant could never win without.
It's silly to me to hear those comments, but it's a challenge that I just had to accept, because if I wanted to shut him up and stop hearing it, then I'd have to win one.
His fierce determination and amazing athletic skills are always on display, and it's hard to imagine him ever playing half speed. But what we saw after the Lakers' victory took us back some 13 years ago to when a smiling and brash 17-year-old promised to make this game his own.
Bryant pulling up from the line and hits the shot. He hit the 40-point plateau here in Game 1.
Over the years, we have come to expect great things from Kobe Bryant, and he has more than delivered.
He sees himself as a dominant scorer, one of the best to ever play this game.
When he gets it going, he's one of the best players of all time. It feels like I'm dreaming right now. I can't believe this moment is here.
All right, everybody, here's a list of Kobe's accomplishments, only a partial list, but 4, that's right, 4 NBA championships, an MVP award in the finals, and an Olympic gold medal this past summer. And James, when we think about this, what a heck of a run for number 24.
Yeah, when you think about it, Bill Russell wanted it really bad. He has 11. Larry Bird wanted it really bad. He has 3. Magic Johnson wanted it really, really bad. He has 5. Michael Jordan wanted it really, really bad. Dr. J had to have 1 before he retired. All the great ones, they won it, Jim. And you can tell by the way they work, their work ethic, their leadership. Kobe Bryant was not a great leader 8 months ago or a year ago. He really has stepped up to the plate, trusted his teammates, and has become, in my opinion, I'm going to put him in the top 5.
Yeah.
Players in NBA history. Awesome.
And of course, the players are at the Staples Center right now getting ready for the 2-mile ride to the Coliseum. Let's go live inside the Staples Center where our own John Ireland is there. And John, I would imagine the players right now are giddy and just full of anticipation.
Very exciting, Jim. And they are downstairs in the locker room. In a few minutes, they're going to make their way up here to the lobby level of Staples Center. I'm standing here in the lobby. They'll come up through that tunnel and then board the buses over here to my right. This is a different parade route than the 3 championships Kobe Bryant won with Derek Fisher and Phil Jackson the last time around. That started at City Hall. This is going to start at Staples Center. This is where those parades used to end. But now that LA Live has been built, it's no longer an option to put that sea of people across the street. So they're going to start it here, turn right on Figueroa and head down to the Coliseum. That's where my colleague Gary Miller is standing by. The parade will start where I am and finish where he is. Gary, what's it look like down there?
John, it's pretty amazing. From where you are to where I am here at the Coliseum underneath the peristyle, that 2-mile route, they're estimating about 200,000 people will be along Figueroa Street on the way here to the Coliseum. Now, if you can see a little bit behind me, it is all filled in. 80,000 plus are here, and when I got here a little bit after 6 in the morning when daylight was starting to come up, people were already streaming in here. In fact, when they had them out on Martin Luther King Boulevard at 5, a crowd sort of pushed their way through and got up to the gates of the Coliseum. They let them in a little after 9, and then it just came streaming down those cement stairs. It's an amazing sight, and one of the things you'll see here that'll just blow you away, and I know it'll blow away the Lakers too, the Staples Center floor is there on the stage. So this is not like anything we've ever seen before in the previous Lakers celebrations. And you could see why the city really wanted to have this thing go on. And the Lakers were kind enough to donate a bunch of the money and a couple of private benefactors as well to get this thing put on. It's going to be something else, Jim.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And you remember what it was like just moments before getting on those buses and driving down and having the parade?
Yeah, a lot of anticipation. You want to get there. You want to see fans and familiar faces. It's a great occasion.
It is going to be absolutely incredible. You'll see it right here on KCAL9. Now let's check in with Pat Harvey and Rick Garcia because, folks, This is absolutely incredible. And look at Pat. Pat is just so. Look at
colors,
Pat. She's just so giddy over there.
Purple on.
You know I am.
Hey, Rick, she got here at sunrise this morning in anticipation. Oh, yeah,
You know,
she got amazing.
I practically did. But you know what, Jim and Big Game, I mean, my goodness, it's been 7 years, and we're back here again. So you know I'm excited about that.
When you think about parades and world championships, you think of that guy sitting right there.
Yeah.
The Showtime era, right
City
there.
Hall,
No,
three
well.
fans,
Big plays,
awesome.
the save. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get into that, Rick. But as you can tell, folks, we are in full Laker mania mode. We have cameras all along the parade route, including me, and we'll bring you the best seat in the house as the NBA champs make their way to the Coliseum.
The colors become you, by the way.
Thank you, Rick.
We're out on the streets with the fans as they celebrate the Lakers' big win, and we're in front and center for the big party at the Coliseum.
We'll see you all again in just a few minutes. Keep it tuned to KCAL9 for your best view of the parade. Now we're going to go back to our Hall of Famer, Big Game James Worthy, and Mr. Jim Hill.
One of the 50 greatest ever.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
He makes
Thank
us
you
call
very
him
much.
Mr. Worthy.
Thank you very much. That's my dad.
Yes, right. Mr. Worthy. Okay. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for those of you who are not on the parade route, sit back and relax. You'll see it right here on KCAL9. We have to take a quick commercial break, but we have a lot more on the way as our very special LTV presentation of the Lakers championship celebration continues right here on the station of the Lakers, KCAL9. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people along the parade route that goes from the Staples Center to the Coliseum, where they will see this year's edition of the NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. Welcome back to our very special LTV edition of the Lakers championship celebration. And, James, this is amazing. The Coliseum is already full, and it's been full for a while now.
And I heard people said they were going to get down there early. And as Gary Miller said, down there 6 o'clock already filing in. So, 7 years.
Yeah.
That's a long drought for Los Angeles. We haven't won in 7 years. So these fans are anxious to celebrate.
We can scratch that 7-year itch right now, that is for sure. We've heard from John Ireland, who's going to be with the players. Gary Miller is at the Coliseum. Right now, let's go to Serene Branson on Figueroa Street. And Serene, it's going to be crazy when it gets to you, that's for sure.
It is a very excited crowd out here, Jim. I can feel the excitement in there. I want you to take a look at Figueroa behind me here, just behind Staples Center. There are hundreds of people lined up on Figueroa behind Staples. They've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, just trying to get a look. Obviously, a heavy police presence out here. At least 1,500 LAPD officers have been here, making sure that this crowd does not get out of control. Over here to my right at Nokia Plaza, we have a number of excited fans. One fan here, you've been here for how long, sir?
Oh, about 2.5 hours now.
Okay, and how excited are you?
Absolutely, this is great. It's very exciting. This is a wonderful event.
Okay, your first parade?
No, this would be the 4th one now. No, actually 5th one.
You are a true...
all the way back to the 80s.
Okay, great, thank you. And how about you guys? How long have you been out here along the route this morning?
Oh, since 7:30 this morning. We got here very early. We want to make sure to get our breakfast and get a good position here so we can watch what's going on.
Okay, is this your first parade?
First parade. The others I watched on TV, but this one I'm watching in person.
Okay, all right, guys. Obviously, a lot of excited fans out here, many of them here since very early this morning. The buses will board here. The players will board double-decker buses. They will make their way along Chick Hearn before making a hard right on Figueroa and ending up down at the Coliseum around 12. So we've just got about 40 minutes to go before the Lakers make their way here along the crowd. That's the latest, Jim. Now back to you.
All right, Serene, thank you very much. Now, what was the feeling like, or what do you anticipate the feeling like being from the fellows now? Because you've been there as they're riding down the streets going to the Coliseum.
Well, at the start, you're exhausted. You got to remember, they won this thing a couple days ago, and they've been doing a lot of interviews, a lot of celebration. They're going to be exhausted, but the minute that you start to ride in the parade and you see the fans and how excited they are, I mean, crazy in love with their Lakers, that kind of conjures up energy again, and then you take part in the celebration. An awesome day, and I heard Chick Hearn Boulevard. Chick is watching.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. And there is a love affair between the Lakers and this city that is unsurpassed in any other sport.
Well, the Lakers started, when they came here in '61. It created a lot of harmony in the city, and it has sustained itself through sports, and the Lakers has, they've been a big part of that.
And other teams in this area want to emulate what the Lakers are doing, and the only way to do that, win, 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 win with great personalities. Time now for another commercial break. There's a lot more to come from Staples Center on your way as you're watching this very special LTV presentation of the Lakers Championship celebration on the station of the Lakers, KCAL9. You're looking live at the Coliseum. James, look at that. It's already full, and it's been that way for quite some time.
And there's been a lot of anticipation for this celebration, Jim. We mentioned 7 years, and it was a great year. It was an exciting year. I think it was probably one of the most satisfying championships that the Lakers have experienced. A young team. It was Kobe's team without Shaq. Pau Gasol coming in and demonstrating that he's a true champion. And putting that chemistry together is going to be interesting to see what happens next year, because this is a formula, in my opinion, to win another one next year if they can stay together and stay focused.
Yeah. So before we get to next year, let's continue the celebration this year and have a lot of fun. As we know everything that's going on right now. Let's check in with our own John Ireland, who is live at the Staples Center, where in just a couple of moments, the players, the NBA champions, will be boarding those buses. John?
Right, Jim, and you'll hear from some of those players before the end of this hour and before the parade starts to roll at 11 o'clock. But as I was walking over here, what struck me is the number of people who I met and who I've talked to that have never been to a Laker game before. Several of them told me they can't afford to pay for Laker tickets because they're too expensive, but they are huge Laker fans, and they wouldn't miss the parade for the world. So where Serene was standing out on the corner of Figueroa, those are some true Laker fans, people that have been following the team literally for generations. I met one family that had the grandparents, the parents, and the kids all head to toe in Laker gear. None of them had ever been to a game at the Forum. They had never seen James Worthy play in person, but they had all seen James Worthy at a parade. And I think that's kind of the theme of today, that there are going to be Laker fans in this city who have never seen Kobe Bryant in person, never seen Pau Gasol, never seen Phil Jackson. They're going to get a look at him today, and that's one thing, Jim, that you forget a parade does for a city, is not everybody can afford to buy a ticket to a Laker game, but everybody can participate in a parade. The players know it, the fans know it, and that's why the Coliseum's already full before the parade's even started to roll.
All right, John, thank you very much. And Tim Lightwick, who's the president of AEG, got on the phone on Monday and made sure that this parade was going to be the fabulous one that it's going to see by having private donations to pay for all the expenses as well.
Well, he made a commitment years ago when they started the project that they were going to fully be involved in whatever the city was doing. I mean, you see what's happening downtown. It is the place to be right now. So AEG has done a remarkable job of backing up what they started, not only rebuilding downtown, but also helping out with this parade. As we know, economic times are kind of tough in Los Angeles. So to still be able to do that with private funding, amazing. And our thanks go out to him. And the Lakers want everyone along the parade route and also at the Coliseum to have a lot of fun and celebrate, but celebrate responsibly. All right, time now for another commercial break, but don't you dare move as our very special LTV presentation of the Lakers Championship celebration continues as we're looking at the fans live at the Coliseum. And James, it is not too hot for them to be there today. It's never too hot. In fact, when it's hot, it's all good when there's a parade, baby, because you got the trophy back in Los Angeles. And it's coming right here on KCAL9. Welcome back to this special edition of the LTV program as we celebrate the Lakers championship season as they just won the NBA championship, taking care of the Orlando Magic. Now, Phil Jackson has over 200 postseason victories, James, and has appeared in the finals 12 times. 12. Jackson's 10th title, his championship, has put him past the late Red Auerbach. And Phil has always been someone who does not like to talk about that. But what a wonderful accomplishment for him, and he's got to be all smiles today. Well, he's a very humble man. He always, strays the attention away from himself. But now you're the most successful winning coach in history. And I think that's in all sports. 10. You got to feel good about that. I mean, that many. You got to feel good about that. Absolutely incredible. Of course, this championship was the first one for many of the Lakers, but the same cannot be said for head coach Phil Jackson, who celebrated a milestone of his own. And as you would expect, the coach known as the Zen Master took this honor in stride.
For a man whose life has been dedicated to examining the teachings of others, Phil Jackson has now ascended to the peak of his own mountain, every bit the sage he has long studied to be. The Lakers' 15th championship was also the 10th for him, moving Jackson past Red Auerbach to the very top of a distinguished list.
Having won 10 championships is a remarkable accomplishment. There's no doubt about it.
Jackson began his incredible trek in the CBA. He took over the Chicago Bulls in 1989 and immediately implemented the triangle offense designed by one of his mentors in Tex Winter. And with Michael Jordan running the show, he would win 6 championships in Chicago. After taking a year off, Jackson joined the Lakers, where he elevated the tandem of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant and won 3 straight, though none might have been sweeter than number 10.
The Lakers are NBA champions once again. LA wins the 2009 NBA title.
And for those who have known him the longest, there is no end to the respect he commands.
He continues to coach the group, continues to coach unity and chemistry and togetherness. And that's the biggest thing. For us to be the team that got him that 10th championship, that historic 10th championship, is special for us.
Phil's belief in his players, I think, far outweighs, any other coach that I've played for. And I think that's what separates him from everybody.
And in the day of coaches yelling and screaming and running up and down the sidelines, his style is unlike any other.
Jim, from a guy that played in the 80s, it's very unfamiliar. I talked to Michael Jordan, when he went to Chicago and then played under Phil Jackson. And, it kind of reminded him of his college coach, Coach Smith, or a coach like John Wooden. Very firm, but very conscious. And really, his asset is teaching. And, you got to come from a base of loving to teach when you're a Phil Jackson. 10 championships proves it.
You got that right, that is for sure. And the fans are going to love him along the parade route. Time now for another commercial break, but don't you dare move anybody as our very special LTV presentation of the Lakers championship season continues. And look at the fans along the parade route as you are watching it live right here on KCAL9. Look at the sea of fans along the parade route down in Los Angeles as we get ready for the Lakers Victory Parade, and you'll see it live right here on KCAL9. And speaking of the Victory Parade, let's go out to Christine Lazar right now, who's along the parade route. And Christine, they're getting anxious and anxious.
They are so excited. We're here on 18th and Figueroa, about a half a mile from the Staples Center. And take a look, the crowd is really starting to swell here. And you'll see every 50 feet police officers here. But, so far we've seen a very well-mannered crowd, a very excited crowd. And I want to introduce you now to Trina. You've been out here since 6 a.m. You drove in from Riverside, and you say your boss knows you're here?
Oh, yeah, she definitely knows I'm here. Hi, Sylvia, CDC. Hi, babe. 90 North Clothing.
And what is it about the Lakers that brings you out to these parades and you stand out here for hours just to get a glimpse?
You know what? Actually, I think it's their dedication. It's their dedication, and they represent Los Angeles. I'm actually from Riverside, and, I love it. I love the enthusiasm that they have and they bring to the community, and then we're to just kind of represent them. So go Lakers, woo!
And I want to introduce you to one more girl down here. I think we have her. Oh, wait, she went away. Okay, here you go. Because you are already making some wedding plans, right?
Yes, with Trevor Ariza, number 3. Woo!
And your dad said you're only 14, but if you went with a Laker, he would be okay with that.
Yes.
All right, so some very excited fans, and we will be out here for the entire parade route. We're live. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Christine, thank you very much. I mean, from one age to another, it doesn't make any difference. Everybody loves the Lakers.
Well, Jim, we have our fans. We have our fans. I remember Lou Gossett and Walter Matthau back in the day. And then you got Jack, and then you have Hollywood. And then you have people who really can't get into Staples Center. And they're the ones that are at the bars and at the local restaurants when we go out to do our little segments and fans appreciation. Those are the ones that are at those places. And they're dedicated. They're committed and they're dedicated. When they go on vacation to their prospective relatives in different states, and they can say that the Lakers are the world champions. Do you know how much weight that carries? It carries a lot of weight.
You better believe it. That is for sure. It starts at the Staples Center, and it will end at the Coliseum. Let's go back there live one more time. Here's our own Gary Miller. Gary?
Jim, it's getting very exciting down here, and if you were planning on coming to the Coliseum, don't bother, just watch it here on KCAL9. They have cut off the entrance to the Coliseum. Now, I mentioned earlier, people got here before dawn, and those people have all filled this place up, over 80,000 strong. There's standing room at the top of the Coliseum, but nobody else is getting in here, so head for the parade route, or better yet, just watch it here on KCAL9 for your best coverage. And this just adds to the legacy of this incredible place. That's biggest event, of course, was the Summer Olympics a couple of times here, but you know, there's also been NFL football here. USC has had a lot of great history in this place, but now the Lakers get to put their stamp on the Coliseum, and this promises to be the greatest celebration of all the 15 titles, including the 10 that have come here in Los Angeles. And I heard James talk about how long we've been waiting. Remember, the Celtics waited more than 20 years to get to last year's and take that title from the Lakers. We only had to wait 7 and had a couple of cracks at it before they finally got it this year, Jim.
Yeah, but Gary, before you go, you know, we were talking about the Coliseum being full already. It's amazing how many people have gotten there and how orderly they have been since they arrived early this morning.
Yes, there's a lot of families here, and people are just dressed in every era of Laker garb. Of course, the Kobe 24s are the most prominent, but in addition to all of them here, and they've been honored by our own Lawrence Tanner. The law enforcement is out in force too as well, and they're in very good spirits so far, but making their presence known to keep everything orderly here. And as I mentioned, Lawrence from LTV is there announcing and got the crowd all worked up already, and we haven't even begun here yet.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And as we mentioned, the Lakers will be getting on those buses, those double-decker buses, in just a couple of moments, heading from the Staples Center to where Gary is right now at the Coliseum. Time now for another commercial break, so stay right with us as our special LTV presentation of the Lakers Championship celebration continues right here on the station of the Lakers, KCAL9. You're looking live at the Coliseum, where 80,000 strong are waiting for the NBA champions to arrive there. And that will be the end of the Lakers victory parade that you'll see live right here on KCAL9. 80,000. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Hill along with Big Game James Worthy. Welcome back to this special edition of the LTV Lakers Championship celebration. When you think about it, James, sometimes it's mind-boggling when you see 80,000 at the Coliseum, hundreds of thousands along the route. It's just mind-boggling.
It is, Jim. For basketball players who usually see 20,000, 23,000, to be in that type of arena and to really hear the roar of the fans. And let's not forget, en route, they're going to be engaging with fans on the street. They're going to be screaming, kids and grandmothers out there showing their appreciation. I mean, a lot of fans have not seen Lakers in person, so it's going to be an amazing day.
They'll get a chance to see them today, that's for sure. Now, during the postseason, no Lakers starter struggled as much as Derek Fisher, who really had a hard time finding his offense early on. But in Game 4 last Thursday night, all of that was forgotten as D. Fisher officially cemented his place as a Lakers clutch performer, something he started during the San Antonio semifinal series back in 2003.
Here they go. They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer!
It's even greater than point forward because I feel like we're as close as possible, to what our end goal is.
The Lakers will throw in down 3, 87-84. They've got one timeout left.
I'm sure you know who the play was designed for. The ball will always be in Kobe's hands down the stretch, unless the defense does something to take it away.
Trevor unguarded, throws into Kobe. Jump pass up the side of Ariza, across the floor to Fisher.
Initially, I didn't even catch the ball cleanly. So I wanted to make sure I gained control of the ball. I checked the clock really quick.
7 seconds, Fisher a 3, left it in with 4 seconds left.
I just noticed that Jameer was backing up and backing up and backing up, and I just decided to go up and shoot.
The Lakers' prayer answered. Fisher ties the game at 87.
In that split second, I made the decision, and I think that worked out better for me as opposed to, in my mind, thinking on the catch, okay, I'm going to go down here and shoot the ball. It was really just a situation that I read as I got into what I felt like was a scoring position.
One three-pointer to take it into overtime. That Derek hit was, it It was amazing.
Fish made a tremendous shot, and big shot to tie that game up and give us some momentum to win that overtime game.
39 seconds left in overtime at a tie game. Bryant at the elbow, back down Petrus, doubled, up top Fisher, fires a three, puts it in. Derek Fisher taking Orlando's heart yet again.
That's Derek, though. He just has supreme confidence, and I think those shots at the end of the game are actually easier for him, than the other ones.
None of us can continue at times to just expect Kobe's going to save us. We have to be willing to take blame, responsibility, accountability. I'm capable, and I have a responsibility to my team. That if I'm going to be on the floor, then I have to make a difference.
On the floor, off the floor. James, I remember one time during the Denver series, he was really struggling. He was on the sidelines, and he was doing a timeout. And he called everybody together and said, this is a defining moment of the postseason for us. So he contributes on and off the floor.
Without question, Jim, here's a guy that is a perfect example of not an underachiever, but a guy that no one expected a lot out of, wasn't highly drafted. When Nick Van Exel got traded, he stepped into from a role player to the starting position. Okay, now at age 34, he's not your regular season player. Yeah, he can contribute from October to like January, but don't expect big miracles. I was not disappointed in the fact that he wasn't shooting very well. It's a veteran player. Old grandpas, they get tired toward the end. But when you put Derek Fisher in a 7-game series against one team, and he's only got 1 or 2 players to be concerned about, this is the type of player he is now. He is a leader. You need 2 keys. You need first a key to start the car. That's Kobe Bryant. But then you need a coach on the floor. Also, Kobe needs someone he can go talk to. When it was Fisher back in the day, he had Brian Shaw and Orr and Fox as mentors. Don't forget, Kobe Bryant is the leader on the floor physically. He can score and do all that. But Derek Fisher's role, as you mentioned, he took the big hit against Houston, was out a game. He pulled the team together. And even despite his poor shooting, he still had plus in the plus-minus category. An amazing role he played for the Lakers this year.
One of the great descriptions of Derek Fisher comes from head coach Phil Jackson when he says Derek likes order, and order has been restored because the championship is back in Los Angeles. We're getting really close to parade time, that is for sure, so stay right where you are as our very special LTV presentation of the Lakers championship celebration. Look at that. The Lakers are getting ready to leave the Staples Center in just a few moments and head down to the Coliseum, and you'll see it live right here on the home of the Lakers, KCAL9.
Welcome back to our live parade coverage here on KCAL9. I'm John Ireland inside Staples Center, where the players are getting ready to hop on these buses. And here is LA native Trevor Ariza. How does this make you feel to look outside that door and see thousands and thousands of people in the streets?
It's a great feeling. Everybody's supporting us. We do it for ourselves, we do it for the city, and we do it for our fans. So I'm happy to be able to share, our experiences with them.
What are your memories of growing up a Laker fan? Do you remember watching Worthy play and Kareem and Magic and those guys?
They were a little too. It was a little too early for me. But
Worthy's back in the studio. That's just gonna kill him. You just killed him, man.
But I got to watch the old films, so I just used to love watching, reruns on NBA TV and all that stuff of those guys winning. And when you see great players, you just try to emulate them and do what they do. And we got one. So,
what is this like for you? You're 23 years old. You turn 24 in a couple of weeks, and you were in New York with the Knicks on a lousy team. You're in Orlando before they were good. You get traded here, and you're home playing in front of your family and friends. Talk about what that's been like for you, this ride over the past 3-4 years.
Well, it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. But I think it all made me who I am, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm happy to be here. The parade, I can't wait. In a couple months, I'm gonna be 24, so this is a great birthday present.
Now, your family and friends are all Laker fans. They grew up here. Are they coming down here for the parade? They watching KCAL at home? How are they taking it in today?
A little bit of both. My mom had something to do. My son was a little sick, so he couldn't he couldn't come, but you know, my brother's here, Tony Bland's here, we're all here, my cousins, so we having a good time.
All right, I'll let you go enjoy it, but people will kill me if I don't ask you. You're a free agent. You think overall it's going to work out and that you'll be back here next year?
I think so. I would love to be here. You know, I'm from here. I love playing with my teammates, and we feel like we can do this a few more times. So.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Have a great time today, Trevor.
Appreciate it.
Jim, that's Trevor Ariza and James. You must be older than I think, because Trevor's only 24 and he says he doesn't remember you playing, but you look good, JW.
Well, thank you. Well, you know, not only does he not remember me playing, but he calls my film's old as well, like Betamax or something. It's all good though.
No, but when you think about this guy, of course, you know, you want him to come back, but it's going to take a little bit to bring him back. But as you mentioned on the LTV programs throughout the course of the year, this guy was the X factor.
You know, he was the X factor. No one knew. Coming off that foot injury, they asked him to be a better shooter. He came back better as a shooter, and then his defense was outstanding. A couple of key steals throughout the playoffs that, you know, enabled the Lakers to continue to progress. But it's also a tribute to Mitch Kupchak. He learned from Jerry West, hung on to Andrew Bynum when everyone said, get rid of him. Hung on to Lamar Odom when everyone said, get rid of him. And then to find Ariza and be able to see into the future what he had to offer was an amazing job by Mitch Kupchak. But Trevor Ariza right now would be sought after. He's a complete package, defense and offensively. The Lakers have to secure him for a few more years.
And the Orlando Magic are probably saying, what in the world were we thinking when we let him get away? That's for sure. All right, everybody, we have a lot more coming on this edition of the LTV's show as we celebrate the Laker Parade. Look at this. The Laker girls, it's about to begin. As you see the Laker girls getting ready to get up on board those buses, and it's going to be a lot of fun. 80,000 strong are awaiting them at the Coliseum. Stay right where you are because you're watching the Lakers Victory Parade on the TV home of the Lakers, KCAL9. You're looking live. Now, James, this is the real floor from the Staples Center that Lee Zeidman, who's the general manager at the Staples Center, and his wonderful crew have taken from the Staples Center, and they have put it at the LA Coliseum where 80,000 people are waiting right now. Now, that's really going to blow the players' minds when they walk out there and see that.
You know, they might have a reaction and start practicing. You know, the season's over, guys. But, yeah, to bring the floor in, I mean, it just goes to show you how everything comes full circle. The Laker crew at the Staples Center getting the floor down there for the players to enjoy. You know, it just makes everything harmonious at a celebration like this.
And speaking of that Staples Center floor that's at the Coliseum right now, let's head back out to the Coliseum where Gary Miller is. And Gary, this is really incredible what the people at the Staples Center have done putting that floor down now.
It's amazing, Jim. You know, when I got here, when it was just daybreak this morning, it was all plywood over that, and I saw, well, what are they going to do with that huge area in the middle of the floor? I saw a little bit of that bright yellow showing on one of the corners. I think, well, something's got to be underneath that. What are they going to do, build Lakers signs? And then I went back out about an hour later, and there it is, the Staples floor, and they're mopping it just like they do during a game. So it's incredible to see how they'll use it. They've even got some floor seats lined up. I don't think Jack Nicholson will be here, but they got some of those seats that are right there where he usually sits next to the Lakers bench, right there next to the floor. Now, there are people still waiting outside the Coliseum here. As I mentioned earlier, they've shut off the entrance here, but there is some overflow, and they're allowing them to go to the sports arena next door, and they'll have it on video screens there. So if people are following the parade and come down here and hope to get in the Coliseum and see the presentation, they can at least get into the sports arena and see it on the sets here, or, of course, right here on KCAL9.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And, of course, I would imagine that Tim Harris, who works down at the Staples Center in the Laker organization, is responsible for this being there along with Lee Zeidman. And Tim Harris is also the guy that helps to design that wonderful production that comes down when the team is introduced. And, of course, you see the flags coming down before each game. Now, let's go back one more time to John Ireland at the Staples Center where the players are getting on those buses. John.
Thanks, Jim. I'm with Sasha Vujačić, who I've gotten to know Sasha pretty well over these past 3 or 4 years. And for those of you who don't know, he's from Slovenia. He turned pro when he was 15. How long have you been dreaming about this moment?
All of my life. And basically, the only message and the only thing that I can say is dreams do come true. And no matter what people say to you, no matter what they thrown upon you, against you, you got to know that you can achieve your goals anytime.
When did you know, you guys kind of set a goal after Boston last year, that this was championship or bust? When did you think, okay, we're on the right track? Did you know right away, or did it develop?
Well, the thing is, when I was drafted, by the Lakers, half of my dream came true, half of my goal came true. And
as a kid, you grew up a Laker fan?
Yes, and I always wanted to play for Lakers, but I always knew that we're going to win the championship sooner than later, because that's what the tradition is here. And then, building process was kind of tough on everybody, and we finally came to the finals last year, and we lost it. It slipped away from us. We were probably not ready. We didn't have home court, and it was a little bit different. But this year, all along, from the beginning, from the training camp, when the season started, we knew that's the Lakers' year, and fans knew it, everybody around us, and that's why we're here today.
Now, I got a lot of good green stuff in my wardrobe that you told me I could not wear until you won the title. Can I break the green out again now?
Yes, you can. And I was actually thinking about putting the green T-shirt on, but
I like the one you have on.
We gotta wear ours, and I wouldn't change it for anything. So, you can definitely wear green again, and it's the band is off.
All right, last thing for you. You live in the South Bay like me, and you're social. You go out and you make friends easily. What's the last 2 or 3 days been like for you? What have people been saying to you, and what's it been like?
It's been the way it's going to be for the next couple of years, I think, because that's not the only championship we won. We have a championship team, and I think we can continue the run. But it's been great. It's been all along like that, playing for the Lakers and being accepted by everybody in town, and especially now being recognized as a world champion. It's unbelievable and unexplainable feeling.
Enjoy the parade. Thank you for coming by.
I will. Thank you.
That's Sasha Vujačić, Jim. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you very much. He didn't like green before. He likes green now with as much green as he's making.
I was going to say, I hope he's not discriminating against green, because he just looks in his wallet. It's full of green.
Now, there's that old saying that if you win it, you should be allowed to defend it. Do you think this whole team should come back, and will the Lakers try to do everything they can to make them in return?
I totally agree with that. You remember when Michael Jordan ended his career, those guys were older veterans and had won 6. A lot of people were upset that they didn't come back, but this team is a very young team. Pau Gasol is 28 years old, a team that averages about 25, and so I think you have to give them the opportunity to build on this.
Okay, all right, everybody. When we come back, we will be sending it over to Pat Harvey, who is just as giggly as she can be, along with Rick Garcia for the parade downtown Figueroa. And we will be coming right back with more of the Lakers celebration right here on the TV home of the Lakers. And look at that, KCAL9. It's going to be absolutely incredible what we are about to see.
Yeah, it's quite an experience. If you've never experienced a parade as a player or as a fan, it is an awesome experience to celebrate. You get a day off from work. Some of those people are hiding from the cameras right now.
Oh,
They're supposed to be at work.
But also, we want to thank all of those who contributed to making this all possible because of what they're going to do. And that is exactly absolutely incredible. And so for a Big Game James Worthy, I'm Jim Hill saying thank you so much for watching. Right now, we'll turn it over to Pat Harvey and Rick Garcia because it's time for the celebration and the parade to begin.
That's right. Thank you, Jim and James. It is Laker time. KCAL9 is your Laker station, and we're glad to have you with us for live celebration coverage commemorating our Los Angeles Lakers 2008-2009 NBA World Champions.
It's some kind of day for the Southland as we continue celebrating the Lakers' 15th NBA title. The team's victory parade just about to get underway at Staples Center. It will proceed to Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for a gigantic rally there.
That's right. Laker players and coaches will be on board double-decker buses for the 2.5-mile ride. And of course, we have it all covered for you. We have a team of KCAL9 reporters lining the parade route along Figueroa. And Larry Welk is live above the crowds in Sky 9. KCAL9's John Ireland and Gary Miller are at Staples Center and the Coliseum.
And the start of the parade, you can see, still cooking with fans. Look at this. I mean, it's finally starting to pick up. I think once the Coliseum got filled, and we're told I think it's at capacity now as far as the number of fans they're going to bring in, and the parade route now finally starting to fill in as well.
Can you imagine? They had 93,600 seats available. They are all filled. They had people line up late last night. They weren't supposed to, but folks wanted to get there early to try to get a seat. And yes, some people did camp out. They weren't supposed to open the gates until 9:30, but they moved it to 8:30 because of the crowds. And from what I've heard, Rick, there are 200,000 people outside the Coliseum, more lined up along the parade route, which is obviously the best place for folks if they really want to see the Lakers close up. So we're going to go to KCAL9 Serene Branson. She's standing by live at Staples Center where the festivities should kick off right now. Hey, Serene.
Hey there, Pat and Rick. Well, the mood is so exciting out here. First, I want to show you, this is the t-shirt that all of the Lakers will be wearing. All the Laker girls, all the players are wearing during the parade today. We just snagged one of these right now. Take a look behind me. You can see they are just getting ready to kick things off here outside the Staples Center. There's a fire engine here filled with some of the Laker girls, some of the Lakers officials, a band, and then we are told that some of the Lakers have just boarded buses moments ago. The parade will leave from Staples Center here. They should be departing any moment now. You can obviously see a heavy police presence here. We know Police Chief Bill Bratton told us that there are at least 1,500 officers, up to 2,000 officers here outside Staples Center and all along the parade route. Take a look over to my left here. You can see hundreds of fans who have been here since 8 o'clock this morning. They are very excited for the Lakers to board. Now, we're told that the Lakers will board double-decker buses. They will make a brief stop in front of Staples Center here. They will say a few words. We're told Derek Fisher will say a few words to the crowd out here. Then they will make a hard right down Figueroa. Well, they will find even more fans out there. We're told at this point there are tens of thousands of fans that have lined Figueroa. So very exciting right now. Any moment these buses should be ready to go, and of course we'll bring that to you as soon as it happens. Pat and Rick, back to you.
All right, thanks, Serene. And it should be pointed out that where the parade is starting this year is where it ended in 2000, 2001, 2002. It started at City Hall back then. It would end at Staples. But because they've built up LA Live, where the Kodak Theater is, that's the parking lot that held the 100,000 people that came out to celebrate. There's no place to celebrate at Staples anymore.
No, it's quite a different scene. And you mentioned starting at City Hall. I remember a couple of years before during the three-peat. I think 2000, 2001, it started at the DWP building and ended up at Staples Center. And there's been some questions from some people. They figure, why wouldn't they keep it at Staples Center to showcase the LA Live, Nokia Center? But again, you know, with that many people involved, it's best, they say, to have this parade route along Figueroa. You won't see a lot of beauty shots, mind you, but they're there to really look at the players anyway, and the fans that are alongside as we're looking there now that are lining up. And it will end up at the Coliseum.
Yeah, so no place to put them at Staples. The building itself only holds 19,000 or 18,000. So let's go upstairs to KCAL9's Larry Welk. He's live in the chopper to tell us what's happening up there in Sky 9. What's going on, Larry?
Wow, what a sight here at the Staples Center. You can see the buses here right outside Staples Center, and thousands and thousands of people here on this corner just across the street from the Holiday Inn here on Figueroa, and they are waiting for that moment where the Lakers will come out, take those buses, and then round the corner down to Figueroa, down to the Coliseum. Now, I don't know, it's kind of hazy out here, but we want to give you what the parade route will look like, so we'll move over so you can look straight down Figueroa and take a look. There are just thousands and thousands of people lining these streets here, and it's quite a festival from the air. They've got 3 LAPD helicopters that are helping guide officers to where there are any small trouble spots, but for the most part, just a big party here. Now, I can tell you, traffic-wise, you want to stay away from downtown LA right now. The 110, the 10, just jammed with people that are still trying to make their way down, and we'll tilt up and show you what it doesn't look like much from the air, but it's going to be a long trip down to the Coliseum here, and we'll show you what that looks like here as well. Just about 4 miles as the crow flies, but really a huge celebration, and I don't know if the aerial really does it justice. It's a wonderful sight to see so many people lining Figueroa here, but again, the advice I can give you is if you have business in downtown LA and you're watching this, you're going to want to wait a while because with people and cars. So as the celebration gets ready to get underway here, we're going to stay on top of it as the Lakers come out. That's it from overhead. Back to you.
All right, Larry, thanks. And they're starting the introductions already. That's Tim Lywicki there, and he's about to address the fans. Let's listen in for a second.
Center. Thank you and congratulations, first of all. Give yourself a big round of applause. Second, I'd like everyone to give a huge round of applause for the LAPD and the LA Fire Department for the job they're doing for us. I also want to thank the mayor and the council for helping us raise the money to make sure we got a parade for all of LA today. And now we start stretching to wait until we start the parade. So, Michael?
I was told that the Coliseum is completely filled, 95,000 people. And none of them got to eat breakfast at the ESPN zone.
Okay, that was Tim Leiweke and Michael Roth there, both very important fellows. Tim, of course, the vice president for the Ann Schultz group there, and Mike Roth actually, I would say, runs the Staples Center there.
We just saw Luke Walton get on. I'm not sure how they're going to transport them, whether it's going to be by trolley or bus or open, double-decker buses again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember how they did?
And by the way, it's a lot warmer than we expected today. Going to be in about the mid-80s, I think.
That cutoff law is working for us, isn't it? These are just some preliminaries here. These are executives with the Ann Schultz and Staples Center group, so they are getting ready. The players and their families, the Laker girls, again, Rick, they will line up in these double-decker buses and make their way along the parade route. And you know what, just to talk about the money again, we know it's $2 million. For people to kind of understand what the cost of that is, we certainly saw how they took the board, they're actually the floor from the Staples Center and moved it to the Coliseum, but aligning this 2-mile route, they've got fencing that will actually keep the crowds from behind, and that costs thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars for fencing that long. Is that Derek Fisher?
That's Derek Fisher.
Sure
They're one of the
is.
heroes of the NBA championship series.
Yeah, truly team leader. Didn't they say he's the one that really got the group
You and I
together?
talked about this, and everybody knows how important Kobe is to the team, and he's without a doubt the one, if not the best player in the NBA. But I think that's the leader of the team, Derek Fisher. I mean, he's a veteran who Phil Jackson describes as a man of incredible character who really inspires a lot of these young guys. And it really is a young team except for Derek.
Except for Derek. And weren't we very fortunate when he came back a few years ago and Coach Jackson brought Derek back here
Absolutely.
to Los Angeles. And look at what he's done. Hitting those threes like it was nothing in those final games.
He left the team, went to Golden State, then was in Utah, and folks may remember that his daughter had an issue with her eyesight and had that emergency surgery. And Derek, who's a wonderful guy, those who know him, he's a terrific person, felt he wanted to be closer to home and his family, and he became a free agent. Utah released him from his contract, and Mitch Kupchak said, we got to bring this guy back.
Oh, I remember when they booed him on the floor at Utah for that reason. But we're so glad that Derek Fisher made his way back and has certainly been an inspiration for this team. Again, there you see, I believe that's Luke Walton there in the back. And if this other young man turns around, no, I thought that was Jordan Farmer. That's not Jordan there. But again, the money. I want to get back to that issue because people always want to know why does it cost that much money. They've got so many porta potties and they had to actually have barricades set up down there at the Staples Center as well. And that costs a lot of money to have that kind of operation set up.
DJ Mbenga, who the backup center for the team, a big body, who's on basically an option contract. They can either bring him back or just let him become a free agent if they so desire.
I think we have a couple of players like that, right?
Well,
Sasha
the big
Vujačić?
names especially, Trevor Ariza and Lamar Odom. And what are the Lakers going to do about those guys who've, Lamar Odom in the role of a fourth or fifth guy on the team did what he was supposed to do. Well, the legend right there, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. But Lamar Odom, in his role as the fourth guy on the team, not the number two guy, really, I think did a good job for the team.
Well, all right, let's go to John Ireland, who is he's actually at Staples Center in the locker area with Pau Gasol. Hey, John.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, I am with Pau Gasol, who's from Spain, as many of you know, and this is the first time he's experienced this. What is this like for you?
Well, it's definitely an experience, unique. It's refreshing, it's rewarding, and it's a dream.
Your parents are doctors, and you grew up in Spain and had a lot of career options. When did you start thinking that basketball player was going to be your career?
Well, when I started to become pretty good at it, and I started to stand out, and I always loved playing basketball, but I never knew for sure that I could live off of it and be good.
And now you come here from Memphis, where you never won a playoff game, and in your second year, you're an NBA champion. Describe what the last 72 hours have been like since we got back from Orlando.
Well, they've been intense. Obviously. People are so excited that we got it done and we got the championship, and it's been a wonderful experience overall. It's been a great year.
Can you believe how many people are out there in the streets?
I really don't, because I haven't seen it yet. But I heard that there's a lot of people. Like I said, people are excited, and it's wonderful to see and make people happy.
I'll let you go enjoy it. Thank you for stopping and have fun.
Thank you.
That's Pau Gasol. Pat, Rick, back to you guys for now.
All right, thanks, John. And I wanted one of Kobe's famous quotes when the playoffs got rolling was, the team got me a point guard, the team got me a wingman, and the team got me a Spaniard. He was talking about Derek Fisher, Trevor Ariza, and Pau Gasol, the number 2 option on the team.
Who has a couple of years left, at least on his contract. We want to go to the Coliseum now. Boy, you see that show of force there. That also costs a lot of money, folks. But we want to go to the Coliseum overflow area, where our Mark Coogan, our veteran, has been standing by, and he has a live report for us now. Mark?
Pat, they said first come, first served at the Coliseum. They meant it. Fans took it to heart. They got here so early that they opened up the gates here a little after 8:30, an hour early, to let the crowd in. And by 10:20 here, the LAPD was saying it's full. That led to some incidents like the one you're seeing now, where a gate was either inadvertently opened or forced open by fans. Just a few minutes ago, there was a stampede. There was a 16-month-old boy in the crowd knocked out of his stroller. He is okay. We talked to his mom. She said so. That's the kind of thing that's happened just in an isolated case here and there. The fans that were lucky enough to get in, that got here early, they were really in a great mood.
I'm excited. I switched my schedule at work today to be here.
Skip work?
No, I didn't skip it. I switched my schedule. I wouldn't miss work.
Say your cheer.
Kobe, Kobe, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can. Go Lakers!
Old school, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, Shaq, the new squad when he was here, when we rejuvenated and got it right. Now the new Ariza, the young squad, and Lamar, Kobe, MVP, the best of all time, Kobe. Gasol, good looking, and Phil, number 1 off top, Phil.
We love you,
and then we gave it to Chick. Rest in peace, Chick. Up there for you.
Chick.
We gave it to you.
The
So
eggs is
we have
cold.
fun. And the Jello is jiggling.
The Jello is jiggling.
You know what I mean? But we Laker fans, and we glad to be here. Glad it's possible to be here. And hope everything just goes safely and we have fun.
Certainly sentiments for today. Back live at the Coliseum. The gates are locked. They have been since 10:20. The crowd filled up the Coliseum at that time. We do have to report this after the violence downtown Sunday night. Chief Bratton yesterday said there'd be zero tolerance for trouble today. He meant it. All the fans going in were pat down searched. We did see somebody. They found a switchblade knife. He was arrested, but in perspective, that's 1 out of 93,000. Live at the Coliseum, Mark Coogan, KCAL9 News. Back to you.
All right, Mark, that's a good scene setter for us. And, of course, we're looking at the Laker girls on top of those double-decker buses. I loved listening to those guys previously. Devin, one of his name was Devin, talking about the Showtime Lakers. 79 to 91, they brought us 5 titles. We remember them, don't we?
Oh,
All
yeah.
those days at the Forum, and we're very, very excited about that. But as they say, they've got new blood, a young team. You were talking about Lamar Odom and Trevor Ariza, Rick. Well, Lamar, will be 31 this year? Trevor, 24 in 2 weeks. What do you think's going to happen in terms of does somebody's salary go down if they keep them and double the other one?
That's up to the player. Will Lamar Odom take a pay cut to stay? Because the belief is because of the salary cap issues and the luxury taxes involved that he might have to take a pay cut to stay. Yeah. Ariza is the one that's going to be more attractive to other teams because of his age. And he's just turning 24, and he shined like nobody expected him to shine. So the feeling is if you had to lose one, and I'm not saying they have to, that maybe Lamar's the one that doesn't hang around. But
all the fans are hoping that they both
stay.
And so the team itself as well. it took them this long to finally get this team assembled here with these young people, and they want all of them to be intact. At least apparently that's what Kobe has said. And of course, we hope that Coach Jackson comes back. He's got one more season.
That's another good point. He could decide he's kind of tired of it. He's got 10 championships. No other coach has done that. Who knows if it'll ever happen again.
Okay, let's go back to our John. There's Jordan Farmar of Taft High School in UCLA. Okay, John, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Pat, and I'm here with Andrew Bynum, who is going through this at 21. So much has happened to you, and you're only 21. What's this day like for you?
Man, it's super exciting. We gotta head on the bus right now, and I can't wait to see it. They said it's going to be crazy. It's something that you've never experienced before, and then there's a mass of people waiting for us inside the Coliseum out there. So we can't wait to get over there and get this thing popping.
What's the last 48 hours been like for you since we got back from Orlando?
I've been up. I haven't been able to sleep. Honestly, I've probably got like 4 hours of sleep. But, right now this is what it's all for. We get to go out here, give back to the fans, and, have a good time.
I have a feeling they'll be able to pick you out of this crowd. You on top of a double-decker bus is about 30 feet high. What are you looking most forward to?
The cheer when we get inside the Coliseum.
Well, it's full. Go do it. Thanks for stopping. That's Andrew Bynum. Pat, Rick, back to you.
Oh, thanks, John. I love that shot with you and Andrew. As John was mentioning, he's about 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
What a nice kid.
He's a wonderful kid, and he is a kid, right?
Yeah.
He's 21, so
21
people are wondering
years old.
why he hasn't developed. Well, you have to remember, he came right out of high school, and he was hurt this year. He got hurt last year, but it says a lot about the rest of the Lakers because the feeling was that he had to be important in the middle of this team to compete with a team that's got like Dwight Howard, for example, and yet the other guys picked up the slack, and I think that's going to show Andrew. He's going to have to pick it up in the offseason as far as working harder to become a presence in the middle.
And hopefully he will. He's got several years to go on his contract extension as well. And we did see him come back for the finals. We were so happy that he returned for that because remember we were concerned about him actually making the playoffs as he was rehabilitating his knee. But he's a smart young man too. I mean, this guy had so many college offers, and on top of that, he enjoys tearing things up and putting them back together. And when I say that, I'm talking about automobiles, computers. He's a computer geek. So engineering,
John Ireland's got somebody special. Let's go, John. What do you have?
Kobe Bryant is with his family. No audio, Rodney.
Number 24.
Can't hear John, but he's there with...
You got us now?
There we go.
We got you now, John.
And here he is, Kobe Bryant, with his beautiful wife, Vanessa, and Natalia and Gianna. And what is this like for you?
This is crazy. This is, we're all just extremely excited about this. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time, so it's awesome.
How is it different from when you did this 7-8 years ago?
Well, I think this is more special because, we went through so many dark years in terms of not getting to this point, and now it's finally here, and you just kind of feel the city. You just feel the energy in the city, and everybody's ready to erupt. So.
Have you been to sleep since we got back from Florida?
Not really. We all really haven't slept. So it's been exciting.
I'll let you go enjoy it. Have a good day, you guys. All right, see you. Thank you. Have fun. That's Kobe Bryant. Pat, back to you.
Oh, thanks, John. A guy that won 3 rings before the age of 23. How about that?
Well, yeah, and this one extra special to him because the pressure people were putting on him to see if he could win an NBA championship without a player like Shaq next to him. So he's been fighting that for years.
Do you know, I've been seeing trucks going down the freeway all over the place, Rick, with signs that say MVP number 24, who's Shaq? I'm just repeating what I've seen on signs. So
how soon we forget. All right, let's go back inside the Coliseum. The number we're hearing, 95,000 plus. Kirk Hawkins is there standing by. Kirk, what's going on?
Hey, Rick and Pat, right now we're sitting in the middle of one of the upper levels here of the Coliseum, and take a look. They just announced that there are 95,000 people here. Many of them arrived late last night, 10, 11 o'clock last night. They got in line. That line rounded its way all around the Coliseum. Many of those people didn't make their way inside here until about 8 o'clock this morning, and that was earlier than they were anticipating. Take a look, though, as we take a look up here. Look all the way across. It is deep with people no matter where you look, and you can feel the energy. There's a lot of purple, there's a lot of gold. We're seeing all sorts of foam fingers, and the weather just couldn't be better. A lot of people really anticipating exactly what's going to happen here a little bit later today. Two of these people seem pretty calm. Why are you guys so calm right now? Say bye. What's your name and why are you guys so calm?
We've been waiting here since like 7 in the morning, so we're just excited to see Kobe and the team come through here.
But you're still sporting the purple and gold.
I'm sorry?
You're still sporting the purple and gold.
Oh, definitely. I have my shirt that says, I live my heart in Los Angeles.
All right, thanks a lot, you guys. So a lot of excitement. People are ready for this all to begin. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Kirk. Well, can you imagine how they're going to explode when those Lakers actually come through the Coliseum? And I hear they've got some spectacular entrance plan for them. I mean, it's already loud.
I know. I had a chance to be in that stadium many, many years ago when there were over 100,000 fans in there to watch an NFL game. Back when, remember the NFL? We used to have that. Well, it was the Rams, actually, when I saw them.
Okay, I saw the Raiders there,
they
too.
could fit more people in. I've noticed they blocked some of those seats off so they could watch the stage instead.
Yeah, that's why it's exactly 93,600 people. All right. Stay with us here on KCAL9, your Lakers station. We'll continue our special coverage of today's NBA championship celebration. Now, from the start of today's celebration at Staples Center, we've got you covered along today's parade route.
And it all leads to the LA Coliseum for the big rally. More live coverage of the Lakers championship celebration when we come back.
Aerial coverage of today's Lakers celebration provided by Goodyear's new Fuel Max tire.
And they're off. Let the parade begin.
Again, Derek Fisher, we can call him the team leader, the team veteran. And, of course, Derek Fisher has several rings himself, and now he adds to his pile of championship rings. Those double-deckers are taking off. That looks like Andrew, isn't it? Andrew Bynum, probably the tallest man on the bus.
Yeah, hard not to miss it.
Kareem is on there, too, as well. There's Jordan Farmar.
You know, Kareem helps Phil a lot with coaching, and he spent some time with Andrew Bynum, helping the big men. You know, because who better than Kareem to show the big men how to play center?
Absolutely. And what a treat that is for them. To have somebody like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, part of that 79-91 Showtime series that did us so proud. Now, folks, this is going to be about a 2-mile route to the Coliseum, where we understand the way the order of things will go once they get there. Rick, they'll have an introduction of all the team players, but 5 of the players will actually speak. And we know Kobe Bryant, of course, Derek Fisher, Pau Gasol, and I think Lamar Odom.
And Luke Walton, actually. And
ladies and gentlemen, Derek Fisher, D-Fish. D-Fish, how's it feel for you and the guys? How's it going?
What's up, Tim?
God bless you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much to all the fans. Thank you for the support this year, baby. We love you. Let's go, Lakers!
We have a feeling we're going to be back here next year. Huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're the team. They're already the favorite. Odds makers have already made them the favorite going into next season, which is expected. But I will tell you this: Boston's going to have Kevin Garnett back. Orlando's going to be at full strength with Jameer Nelson. Denver was very impressive and gave the Lakers a hard time.
And what's this rumor about Shaq going to Cleveland
Shaq
to team
going
up
to Cleveland
with LeBron James?
Think about this. Shaq won a championship with Kobe. Yep. He won a championship with Dwayne Wade. And who better than LeBron James to team up with? That would make that team instantly formidable, as if they weren't already.
Right.
But that might also keep LeBron in Cleveland. So there's more to that, because there are a lot of rumors LeBron James could wind up going to the New York Knicks.
That's
when
true.
He's a free agent.
There's a lot. In fact, we have some things that in the very near future, the draft is coming up, June 26th? And the Lakers have the 29th, 42nd, and 50th draft picks.
It almost is meaningless for them because, when you win the championship, you get the last player in the draft. Jerry West used to be able to find guys and put them on the roster, and you do a great job with it. But I think for them, it'll be more about the free agents. There's Kobe doing a little dance with
his trophy.
Yep.
The Finals MVP for the first time. Good for him. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with more of our Lakers Victory Parade coverage. Keep it right here on the Lakers station, KCAL9. Hey, it's so good we decided not to take a break.
We're not leaving. Are you
kidding
me?
That was our break, a music break.
That was it. And see, I guess they figured the firefighters need a little help, so they employed the Lakers girls. They're riding the fire truck that's in front of the 2 double-deckers.
I think they cause a lot of fire. I think the Laker girls bring quite a bit of heat. But anyway, that's a very good decision there. And those are some really terrific looking
buses, yeah.
Championship buses.
That is neat. They put those covers on those things now so you can pretty much put any kind of logo on there, and that looks sharp.
It really does. They're full with the players and their families making their way along Figueroa to the Coliseum. The program is supposed to start at noon, assuming they will get there on time. Let's go to Christine Lazar. She's at 18th in Figueroa, one of our first stops. Christine, what kind of crowd do you have out there with you?
We have a very anxious crowd, Pat, especially as they start to see this barricade kind of move closer to us, all of these officers on their motorcycles and their bikes, and that signals to us that things are starting to roll, and maybe we'll start to see that parade move our way very shortly. We're about a half a mile from the Staples Center. You can see the police presence, but really I don't even think they're going to have to worry today. This is such a well-mannered crowd, and they are such an excited crowd. And I'm going to talk to some of the fans here as we look down that parade route, and they can kind of describe the feeling out here today. What's it like amongst all these fans?
It's just really exciting and really intense. We can feel the energy and everyone smiling and cheering, and we love LA. We love it!
And tell me, when the parade comes down and you see all of those players on the double-decker bus, and we're all wondering if they're going to have to duck because you have that low bridge there and they're all so tall. Yes, what are you going to be thinking? What would you like to say to them?
I would like to say congratulations. You deserved it. You guys busted your butts and did an amazing job. And the fans, were behind you every game. We cheered for you. Go Kobe, Luke Walton, all of them, Gasol, everyone. Fish for that three-pointer. You did it, baby.
And as we look at this and we hear the excitement, you realize it would have been such a shame if we didn't have this parade today. Explain why you think it's important that the city of LA has this day to really just celebrate and say thank you.
It's just really important because so many people got off of work and came here, and it's just important to us because we've been behind them throughout the whole season, and we want to support them and show them that we support them and we love them regardless.
Yeah, and speaking of support, there's been a lot of talk about how expensive this parade is, but I've talked to some of the merchants up and down Figueroa here, a lot of them car dealerships, and they welcome this parade. They're standing out there with their business cards, they're handing them to people as they walk by. I think the Honda dealership was offering free oil changes, so it really brings a lot of money and a lot of excitement into the area, and you can see down there those fire trucks headed this way, and of course, there goes the crowd. They are so excited for it to make its way through 18th and Figueroa here. Again, about a half a mile from the Staples Center, another mile and a half down to the Coliseum. And you guys can hear it back there. These fans are just excited. And they say this parade is not only about the Lakers, it's about them. They feel like they're being appreciated today, too. And that's a really good feeling.
It's interesting. It's interesting, Pat. I was thinking that back in 2000, I think it was 2002 when they had a lockdown at Staples when the Lakers won the NBA championship.
Yes.
And I remember being locked inside Staples Center because things got out of hand outside.
Yeah.
And we had a little unrest this year too. But what I remember about the daytime rallies is there was never a problem. The issues were people getting a little hot and they needed water, but the fans were cool. Everybody was cool. They were having so much fun with the celebration, and it wasn't getting out of hand at all.
No, and Christine, just to bring you back in, you figure that people are taking the time to line up to really appreciate the Lakers. I mean, they're not there to watch a game. They are there to appreciate the Lakers for who they are. And just to get a glimpse or to be there. And I think one of the people you interviewed said it best. She felt appreciated today, too, as well. So you have a feeling that they are really there to celebrate in, quote, the right way. Mm-hmm. And we hope that it continues.
We're going to go back up to Sky 9 and Larry Welk. Larry, what do you have for us?
Well, they're celebrating the right way right now. You can see these double-decker buses making their way down Figueroa. Look at both sides of that picture. Thousands of people waving flags and waving those towels up in the air. What a wonderful celebration. They've just made their way southbound toward the LA Convention Center with a long line of LAPD motorcycles and fire trucks. And you can see that there's a lot of security. But wow, what a celebration here. So it looks like just a few more minutes for the I'd say 90,000 plus people waiting in that Coliseum, probably less than 20 minutes before they get there. And we're going to keep following it down Figueroa, but an amazing celebration, lots of balloons flying in the air, and just a great time. Back to you.
Hey, Larry, can you tell us, since you're up there in the chopper, in terms of just the surrounding area traffic? I know it was absolutely a mess earlier today. Has it opened up a little bit, or is it about the same?
Well, Pat, you shouldn't be driving down here anytime soon because the traffic is a mess. In fact, the CHP's got an airplane flying over, patrolling the freeways, trying to help alleviate some of the congestion. All the side streets are jammed, and the freeways, the 10 and the 110 freeway, the 101 freeways, they are all jammed up right now with people, I think, that are still trying to make their way down here to the parade route, perhaps coming up on their lunch break and want to catch a glimpse of this parade. But right now, I'd say the best view is the one you're looking at right now.
Do you still have a view of the LA Live area and Nokia Center, Larry?
We do. We'll move back down to the Staples Center.
The reason I'm asking, that's because that's an area that really was just
the Nokia Center.
It was just a parking lot. The last time we would watch these rallies near Staples Center, and they could squeeze in 100,000 people into that area. The problem with that was everybody was standing for the entire rally. The great news about going back to the Coliseum, you got a seat. It's like having a ticket to an event, and it's free. 93,000
seats, in fact. And at the same time, even with this parade route, there seems to be a lot more people along the parade routes. But at the same time, that's probably a better situation too, because they can actually spread it out a little longer. You can pick your point if you want.
And the roof that says Nokia, all of those buildings there just went up in the last 12 months to 16 months. Used to be nothing but parking lot.
That's right. And if you're looking, we'll show you back where that Nokia building was. You're absolutely right. It was just wide open, empty. And you can see at the bottom of your picture, that's where the corner there of the Staples Center right there at Figueroa, people are starting to walk northbound. And my understanding is that people are trying to actually make their way back down to the Coliseum to catch the end of the parade as well. So with all this traffic here, I think you're right, Rick. This is a much better system. People in the Coliseum waiting for this thing. It'll be much, much better than it could have been here at the Staples Center.
Okay, Larry, you know what? We're going to take, we have a special bus cam, so we can actually listen in fact, to some of the players on the bus. I noticed Mayor Villaraigosa there. That's him at the bottom of your screen.
I think that's
Kobe
take right
that
there.
Full?
There's Kobe. How many points did the mayor score during that series? What's he doing up there with those guys?
Well, I tell you what, he's certainly going to claim some credit for bringing that extra money together from those private donors to actually get this parade underway. Because again, we talked about in the beginning that this could not have happened. A lot of people were criticizing the fact that it cost so much money, and they were wondering where they're going to get it. People are being laid off. The schools are going to be closed for the summer. But we're very happy that those donors pitched in, and we get to see this wonderful celebration from our LA Lakers.
The bus cam. That's a great shot.
And we'll be right back. There he is, champion Derek Fisher, the veteran D-Fished. This is our bus cam, ladies and gentlemen, giving you this fine view here of Derek Fisher greeting and waving at the fans that have turned out by the tens of thousands to appreciate the Lakers, soon to be, well, hundreds of thousands, of course, by the time they get to the Coliseum, which is where they are headed on Figueroa Avenue.
18th and Figueroa is where they're at now, so they're not going fast, but they'll be there soon.
That's right. Christine Lazar is along the parade route. Christine, have they passed you by yet?
They just passed us, and you might be able to see some of the confetti that went off. The fans just went wild. Such an exciting moment. And you know what, we'll talk to some of them right here. We're talking about young fans, old fans, and in fact I'm joined now by a 14-year-old fan. Tell me, what was that like seeing them go past?
It was so special. We waited so long for this championship. 7 long years, man. 7 long years, and Kobe, everyone did fish. Trevor Ariza, everyone. It's so exciting.
And have you ever been to one of these parades before?
It's my first time. And I'm so happy to be here.
This has been a highlight so far.
Yes it is.
All right, I'm going to talk to a few more fans. We've got one breathless teenager here, a lot of young fans, and you have tears in your eyes.
I see Trevor, my future husband. He doesn't know it yet, though.
And why are you so overcome with emotion? What was that like for you?
It was amazing. He's so cool.
Okay, it's like a boy band. These girls go crazy over these Lakers, and we had the Lakers girls go through first. Then we had all of the players. We had Shaq right in front as well. It was just a really surreal moment, and this is exactly what these fans needed. You know, we keep talking about all of the hard times people have gone through. I've talked to people who've lost their jobs or their loved ones have lost their jobs, and today they put all of that aside, and just a phenomenal feeling. And we're going to move out of the way here. Some police officers moving through. Barry, if you want to step back. You know, I'm going to show you this, but yeah, we're doing a high five here. We really haven't even seen any unruly fans. It's just a spirited crowd, so much different than Sunday night. And talk to me. You said a high five. How you feeling?
I feel wonderful. I feel absolutely wonderful. Seeing all the NBA stars, all my Lakers fans, I love it. I simply love it.
And all in one place. It's like courtside seats.
I'm a New Yorker, and I love the Go Lakers. I'm from New York.
Yes. See, I mean, you hear right here, everybody's saying that they can't imagine not having a parade like this. This is exactly what they needed, and it was such an amazing feeling. You guys saw it all right here. We are live at 18th and Fig. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Well, you know, Christine, when you hear a 14-year-old say that we've waited 7 long years, I mean, that kind of sums it up for you, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. 7
long years, which he was 7, okay?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean,
it's a highlight for him.
That, by the way, is that not how spoiled we are? I mean, because
absolutely.
we expect championships out of this Lakers team every season.
But now we've got young women fainting for Trevor Ariza, getting very emotional. So those are our superstars, that's for sure. If anyone has Hollywood celebrity, then our Lakers basketball team does. And again, we want to do this again next year.
It could happen. It could happen.
As we say, the parade route is moving a little slowly, but that's to be expected because we want the fans to savor every little moment they get with their champion Los Angeles Lakers. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't turn that dial. You're looking at a live picture of the Lakers Victory Parade celebration making its way down Figueroa Avenue. I believe it just passed 22nd and Figueroa on its way to the Coliseum where hundreds of thousands of fans
just a few people waiting. 95,000 people in the stadium itself waiting to see where the rally will end, and that's where we'll actually hear from the players.
That's right. There will be a lot of introductions there, VIPs, of course. The mayor is on one of the buses with the players. I think he is close to Kobe Bryant, and we have some vantage points for you as well as our Larry Walton, who's up above it all in Sky 9. We also have a bus camera for you. We're taking pictures along the parade route where the fans are just out there in a sea of purple and gold. Let's kick it up to Larry Wilk to find out exactly maybe where they are along Figueroa. I don't think they've got to 30th yet, have they, Larry?
Not yet, Pat. Take a look. We'll pull to a little wider shot and show you that is the 110 freeway that they're passing over right now. But look at the crowds as the buses go by. They can't get enough as it goes by, so they start running down to catch just another glimpse here. It's quite a sight here, but right over the 110 freeway right now as they're making their way down toward Exposition Park. And you can see that those crowds running down to kind of keep pace. And they've got a large contingent of the LAPD. They've got all those motorcycle officers, the fire department, and truly a great day for the city of Los Angeles. Not any problems to speak of, minor little ruckuses here and there, but for the most part, it's just a fun celebration. So not too far away from the Coliseum now as we cross over the 110 freeway heading toward USC and then into the Coliseum, and you can see what a good time. Pat?
All right, thank you, Larry.
All right, we're going to check in with Dave Malkoff, who's on the ground at 30th and Figueroa. Dave?
What a fantastic day. What a fantastic energy that's happening here. Right a couple minutes ago, LAPD came by, said the world champion LA Lakers are on their way, as you can see down the street. We are at 30th and Figueroa, just about maybe halfway, maybe a little bit more down the parade route. You can see the fire. The LAFD is coming down this way, and you can barely see the Los Angeles Lakers coming down there on the road. Now, you have been here for how long? You got a really good spot. We're talking to a woman who's standing here right on the front lines. This is really a great spot to be standing, right?
It is, and I'm so glad. And I thought we were running late. We're coming home from Hesperia, and we've been here for about maybe 2 hours. So we were blessed. We got a perfect spot, and we're so excited.
Did you think that you were going to get into the Coliseum today?
No, I know we were running too late. I knew we didn't have a chance, but I mean, hitting the streets, but like I said, we got a perfect spot here, so I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm
fantastic. A lot of people thought they were going to get into the Coliseum today, but did not. They actually had to open up the Coliseum a little early because people were pushing and shoving, wanted to get in early, and they were told not to come, but they did anyways. But now, as you see right here on top of the fire truck, we see the Lakers cheerleaders, everybody going crazy for them, but what they really want to see is coming up after that, the world champion Los Angeles Lakers. It's fantastic. A really great mood here with all the people who are waiting for, who you're waiting to see down here.
For me, I'm waiting to see Kobe.
You want to see Kobe?
Team, yeah. That's what's up. You feel me? It's my boy right here.
I want to see Lamar Odom. That's what I want to see, Lamar Odom.
I want to see Lamar.
I want to see Ariza. Trevor Ariza, that's what I want to see.
Really? What was it like when you were watching that game in Orlando?
Very tense, very tense. I mean, like, if you know about having a heart attack or a stroke, that's what it felt like.
Exactly. And what about these ladies up here?
Oh, yes, the Laker girls. I mean, yes. Beyond words, beyond
beautiful women, beautiful women.
Right there on the fire truck, they're definitely setting fires up there. The Hot Laker cheerleaders going down Figueroa and 30th. That's what you're seeing right here live on KCAL9 and CBS2, also on our website, CBS2.com, KCAL9.com, Twitter.com/Dave. You can follow us from down here. We are waiting for them to follow the Lakers cheerleaders. I can't even see as well as you can. That's why it's probably better if you're standing at home and watching this on TV. You're going to get so much of a better shot than you will from up here. How you doing, lady? Yeah. Fantastic. What about, hold on, let me try and get through this crowd. So you brought we're talking to a man who actually brought his little daughter here. How old is she?
She's only 3.5.
So she has never seen a Lakers victory in her life.
Nope. Hopefully this is her first and maybe many to come.
Three-peat, four-peat, is this the beginning of something?
I think so. 5-peat, hopefully.
Fantastic. So who are you waiting to see? Whose jersey are you wearing today?
No comment. He's wearing Shaq's, but I'm wearing Kobe's. But I want to see all of it.
So why are you wearing the old Shaq jersey?
I'm still a diehard fan.
Fantastic. Okay, waiting for the world champion Lakers to come down here. 30th and Fig. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Dave.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that excitement. I love to hear those fans talk about what's up. You know, let's talk about what is not up, actually. Some of the people that aren't there today. We haven't seen Dr. Bus, owner, who is his health has been a little poor.
Been fading into the background.
Winner, who created the triangle offense. He's not doing well. His health is.
They brought up a good point. We haven't seen Phil Jackson yet. I'm sure he's on one of those buses.
Just saw Mitch Kupchak, and boy, what a great job he's done helping to put this team together. But hopefully, we will see, of course, Coach Jackson and all the rest of the Lakers players and the Laker girls and all the other excited fans. So keep it right here on KCAL9 because that's what's up. We'll be right back.
Our Lakers celebration continues here as the buses now crossing 30th and Figueroa on their way to the Coliseum.
So that means we are 3/4 of the way there, folks. Just hang in there because they will be there shortly. We do have our reporters fanned out along the parade route. You've heard from some of them. We're going to check in with Stacy Butler, who is at 37th. That's the last stop on the way to the Coliseum. So, Stacy, we can't see you. Okay, well, we're good. We're going to...
Pat, we're right here. We wanted to give you a good shot, the parade route behind me. We're in the final stretch here. I'm going to let the camera take a look out here. It's starting to get intense. You see, this is it. This is the mounted police. We've got police in riot gear. And this is the point where the parade is just about to finish up.
Stacy. Okay, well, Stacy's not able to hear us, but I would assume that she's talking about the crowds, the people that have assembled there, and with the police, of course, they're getting ready because the Lakers are about to make their way into the Coliseum.
And let me give you just an image, or for some people it might be a nightmare, of the last time we had a rally and it involved the Lakers. I'll remind you of the dance that Mark Madsen performed for us.
Mark Madsen.
What?
You know what?
James Worthy in the studio remembers. You don't want to see that either, do you, Big Game?
Oh, no.
You know what? Someone asked Pau Gasol, was he going to dance today?
That's a good question.
And I'm like, you know what? Pau, do your thing, whatever you want to do.
You remember that day?
Poor Mark, man. I thought it was
goodness.
funny.
Well,
he was having a good time. Wonder where
yes,
Mark is today. James Worthy might be able to answer that question when he and Jim Hill come back on the air. But,
yeah.
you know, just
So
going back to some of those pictures of what happened in 2002, we had some really fond memories. Of course, you and Worthy and Jim were talking about how hot it was because you were actually outside at Staples Center.
We were outside, and I think they're going to run into those problems inside the Coliseum. You know, you got 95,000 people in one spot. It's warmer than I think most of us expected. I'm not, you know, you don't know if the fans are prepared because we've had all this June gloom for so long. But
80s?
It should be around low to mid 80s, and you know, that can be hot when it's just baking sun if you don't have any shade. And there isn't much in the way of shade at the Coliseum. So hopefully they're passing out a lot of water, and these people are going to keep themselves hydrated.
You know, for some reason, I don't think they care. But ladies and gentlemen, look at that aerial view there. That is quite a shot. And here we are inside the Coliseum. We're going to show you more of this right after this quick break. Keep it right here on KCAL9, your Lakers station. And another live shot of Figueroa, close to 37th Street now, very, very close to making its way into the Coliseum. Those double-decker buses carrying our world champion Lakers and the Lakers girls, and of course the staff and all the support people that have meant very much to that organization.
Yes, the estimate that was that along the parade route there would be about a couple of 100,000 fans, then another 95,000 inside the Coliseum. So
but there's some outside too.
Well, let's go inside the Coliseum. Kirk Hawkins is there. What's it look like inside, Kirk?
Take a look. Right now we are standing on the field level, and what we're going to do is we're going to pan all the way around, and we're going to show you what it looks like. Just a sea of purple and gold, and as you mentioned, they said 95,000 people. Take a look. We're going to go in this direction now, and you can see, I want to go to the edge of the stadium, the Coliseum rather, over there, and you can see where they added that small section. That was an overflow crowd. That's because there are just so many people, and it stretches all the way to the top. And then if you take a look, you can see LAPD officers are in place. Those officers are in place up and down each side of the Coliseum. And of course, everyone is paying close attention to those purple stairs right behind me. The Lakers, the Laker girls, the whole organization, they're going to make their way down those stairs in a short time. But there is a lot of excitement as this entire Coliseum is getting ready for the team to make its way here. Back to you.
Hey, Kirk, can you see the actual floor, the floor they brought in from Staples Center?
I can't see it from where I am, but do you have a second? We're gonna walk down there.
We're not going anywhere. Pat and I aren't going anywhere.
because we can. I gotta tell you, see this bracelet I'm wearing?
Yeah.
We were all given this bracelet. This is for all media, but here's something that is exclusive to KCAL9. We've got this camera that allows us to get everywhere and anywhere right now inside the Coliseum. Here's a lot of members of the media. They're putting on their makeup, having some bottled water.
We know about
that. Because you know what? Yeah, well, I'm not going to say anything, Rick, about that.
Well, Kirk, let's just point out the history of this venue is amazing. 2 Olympics have been held here. The Dodgers played a World Series here. The Raiders and Rams used to play here. I think it's nice and fitting that the Lakers get to come here and enjoy a celebration.
You know, it's something interesting that I heard too. John F. Kennedy spoke in this very spot at the Democratic National Convention not too long ago. And we're about to make our way right up there. Now, here is the court. Hopefully the security guard's going to let me through. Oh, he did.
Oh, boy, Kirk, you got juice, buddy.
What can I say? KCAL9, you guys. Here's the court. This court normally is at the Staples Center, but right now it is here in the middle of the Coliseum. we're talking 40,000 pounds. And we were talking to the guy who's in charge of this earlier today. We said, how do you do this? And he said what they do is underneath, they're all numbered, so it's not like a jigsaw puzzle. They just put the numbers together. So they can put this whole thing together in about 2 hours. It's just incredible. And, you know, they didn't want to cover this overnight because they were worried about the problem with some morning dew, that it would get wet and destroy the surface. So they had this covered. When we arrived here at about 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning, they were cleaning it off as if it was game day, as if they were getting ready for that. But, you know, I got to tell you, it's incredible to be standing right here looking at 95,000 people looking down me. And this is where they're going to be pointing their attention, right behind us here.
Wow.
Should we go up the stairs, guys? Let's do it.
Why not?
Hey,
You're going to take
go
us up
further.
to
What if there were basketball nets? Now, that would be something, huh?
Are you going to produce this
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
That's a good
Of course.
idea.
You know, for folks that have never
sure.
seen, you got 93,000 people there that didn't get a chance to come to Staples.
And
Why
Kirk's
not?
going to take us up to the peristyles. I will say this, I hope he was wearing rubber-soled shoes, because the guys that take care of the courts hate it when you go on with leather soles and you scuff up the court.
Oh, look at
Well,
those
Rick,
stairs.
I got to tell you, I got a lot of dirty looks as I was walking over
Yeah.
there. But
They're
that's why
picky.
I kept walking. That's why I said we're going to walk up the stairs.
Look at this.
So
Yeah.
they put this together. We watched them last night. They were putting this together and yesterday, but it's pretty cool. Now,
That's
I'm getting some
beautiful.
more
Wow.
dirty looks. We'll see what else happens as we work our way here. But
Well, you know what,
since-
Kirk? They said you have a free ride, so, you know, you've got that kind of access. You're just taking advantage of it. I really like how
Right.
they have the Lakers
beautiful.
on every step. How meticulous
Could you
was
imagine? Now, what job would you take? The job to put the Lakers right here, or would you want to put together the court, Pat? I don't know.
that? No,
Here,
actually,
wait, let's go this way.
Why not?
Here's where the Lakers are going to come.
This is, I guess we could call this the purple carpet.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what it's called, the purple carpet, right?
Yes, this is the purple carpet. And you know what? I'm getting some dirty looks. Hey, Chief Bratton.
Chief
Bratton. Chief Bratton, we're live on KCAL. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
How are things going so far?
Well, you see for yourself quite well. It's quite a sight when you look out there, isn't it?
It's incredible. Are they behaving themselves for the most part?
I was here this morning when the first one started coming in. It was like watching a bathtub fill up with a slow trickle of water, and they're a very happy crowd, good mood, and in about 10 minutes they'll get what they came for.
Absolutely. Are you excited for the home team today?
I'm excited for the home team. Certainly.
I can see.
I'm
Hi.
excited for the city.
Hi.
It's quite a day for the city, certainly for my department, and so far it's been a very, very good day.
Absolutely, and we noticed that we see a lot of your officers are in place around the Coliseum, up and down that side over there. It looks like everything is in place and ready, but so far, as you said, things appear to be going well.
A good crowd. We're fortunate also the day is a nice day, not too hot. And again, we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything continues to go well.
All right, Chief William Bratton, thanks so much for talking to us while we're live on the air. And I think we need to work our way down the purple carpet, and we will send it back to you guys, unless you have any other questions or requests.
Hey, no, we want you to
Yes.
we want to make sure that you are in the spot where you're supposed to be, Kirk. But thank you so much. That was great coverage. And you know what? You're getting a lot of exercise today. I don't know how many stairs there are, but that's
lot.
pretty good.
My trainer's going to be proud. Let's just put it that way.
Good for you.
Thanks,
Thanks
Kirk.
for that. Exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
that was a neat
exclusive
tour.
video there of the tour inside the Coliseum. We're passing 37th and Figueroa now. That's the last stop before they make the turn into the Coliseum. And what a setting out there at the Coliseum. I'm really happy that he showed us that before they actually went inside, because we wouldn't have been able to see the empty floor itself and those stairs. That's pretty spectacular.
Beautiful, just a beautiful tour. There's Derek Fisher again, acknowledging the crowd, and you know, he's been there, done that, and yet he looks like a kid who's won it for the first time. He's having so much fun with this.
Well, again, we've been talking about how young this team is, and even Kobe's exuberance. You know, we've had our own little issues, obviously, over the last few years, but even Kobe at the beginning of this season said he was very excited about this team, about these group of guys. He really felt, yeah, I'm really gelling with them, and I feel that we all get it, and we're all going to play together. And he said at the beginning, again, that he knew that they were going to have a champion.
We have Jim Hill and James Worthy in the studio. I'd love to ask Big Game James. I mean, did you have 3 of these? You went to 3 parades, James. And did you get tired of it by the 3rd one, or was it like having a brand new baby?
You never get tired of a parade. You know, the more, the merrier. They're all different. They're all exciting. Each championship brings different characteristics, different players. So it's always fun. As exhausting as it is, it's still the best.
We were talking, you and, well, all of us here, about the festivities at the Forum and where you used to play and where Jim Hill used to roam the halls. Used to run into you all
why
the
is
time.
Jim roaming the halls?
Because I used to run into you there all the time.
Well, then you were roaming him too.
Oh, absolutely. I was working too.
Yeah, you know,
both are working.
Yeah, one of the things that comes to mind now is I'm wondering what Dr. Buss is thinking right now. I mean, he's the guy that we all have to thank because he had enough foresight to buy the Lakers, to remember that in order to create this, you have to win. You got to have great personalities. You have to put on a great show. And if Dr. Buss is listening, we just want to say, thank you to Dr. Buss because without him, none of this would be possible at all.
Won their first championship in 1972.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. The Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West era. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to Stacy Butler, who is at 37th and Figueroa. Stacy, you're up. Okay, I thought we were going to go to Stacy Butler, but we're looking at her camera anyway.
I think we can hear her.
You there?
Yeah, Pat, do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, there you're looking at the tail end of the parade. This is just about wrapping up. They're just a couple hundred feet from the front of the Coliseum. Now take a look here to the right. We're going to pan over and show you the police that are in riot gear, prepared for the worst, but they're just wrapping up the tail end. So far, it's been peaceful. We witnessed only one arrest. Apparently, a guy threw a water bottle over a fence that was keeping people out of this area. 37th and Figueroa is a no-fan zone. This is a staging area for the LAPD. And you can see there the buses making their way in all the way down into the Coliseum, just a few minutes away from the rally.
All right, thanks, Stacy. The bus is entering the Coliseum. There's going to be a huge rally inside there, and we're going to show that to you, but we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back.
All right, the Lakers are making the turn into the Coliseum where hundreds of thousands of fans, there's the purple carpet, excuse me. They're going to embark and make their entrance, and man, you can just imagine the fan applause and appreciation there. And they've got a really special program scheduled for these folks.
It's the rally. That's where the players will step on stage. They will speak. And over the years, we've seen some fun things. We mentioned the Mark Madsen dance. Shaq did a little rap for us one year, a little song. So I wonder what this year's version.
Said we're going to do it back to back. You think Phil Jackson's going to make any predictions?
Pat Riley said
there
three-peat, right?
He sure did.
He said back to back. He said back to back. So we'll see what Phil said.
So you never know what'll happen at the rally.
No, we're going to. Joel Silver, Stu Latham are going to kick this off, and again, all the players will be introduced, and then several of them will speak. I think we mentioned Kobe Bryant will be last, of course. Phil Jackson is going to say something. I believe Lamar Odom was on the program, as well as Pau Gasol and Derek
Walton.
Fisher.
Yep.
So very exciting show, and as you guys just mentioned, you never know what kind of surprises are in store for everybody.
I wonder if Powell was going to speak in Spanish, too. Certainly with the population of the crowd there, I think they're going to love to hear that.
Well, we will see. It's all about to start. All right, they're being introduced as they get off the bus. Not exactly sure in what order that they will be disembarking. But again, they have quite a few people to get off there. But besides the Lakers, their families, they support staff.
You know, for Kobe Bryant, basketball's 24/7 for him. He just eats, drinks, and sleeps it. And when he gets on that court, like you said, with no hoops there, he's not gonna know what to do. He's gonna want to start dribbling and put up a shot.
Well, it certainly is going to be a lot of fun. Again, you're looking at a shot of them on the purple carpet heading into the Coliseum. That's going to be it for myself, Pat Harvey, and Rick Garcia. We're going to toss it over to Jim Hill and Big Game James Worthy for the rest of your program. Guys?
Pat and Rick, thank you very much. Welcome back to the Lakers championship celebration right here on KCAL9. You know, James, now that the players are at the Coliseum, I'm wondering, and you can describe this better than anyone. What were you thinking when you were in their spot right now, just getting ready to go into these and see these 95,000 people?
You know, Jim, a lot of things come to mind, but I think as a player, the thing that you think about the most is where this started. And I think when you're a player and you finally have achieved the championship, you reflect back and you reminisce all the way back to the Celtics series until now.
Let's go out to Gary Miller right now. Gary?
Thank you.
Derek, that's your 4th one. I'll bring you over. Derek, that's your 4th one. How do they compare?
They're all different, but it's so special.
I saw you up there holding your hands up, and you take it all in.
This is great. My son, who's only 2, long time ago since we won the last one. So,
all right, congratulations. That's Derek Fisher as they start to assemble here for the big presentation down on the floor. James and Jim.
Gary, as we were talking to Derek Fisher, you could start to feel that the crowd knows that they are there, don't you?
Oh, yes. When they show them on the screen, even when they were a few blocks from here, every time they got closer, the crowd got a little more boisterous. You can hear them behind me now. They've been doing the wave all morning. They've been waiting, and now this is what they've really been waiting for as the players continue to stream in.
All right, Gary,
Let's see if we can grab a couple of more for you.
Okay, go ahead, buddy. As we're talking about here is a guy who knows about winning championships, and you know that, James.
Well, here's a guy that got it started for Dr. Buss. His first one in 1980. This is the Laker brand right here. Showtime mixed with some fundamental hard play, personality. Magic Johnson's done a great job of helping Dr. Buss put together this team. Magic is a percentage owner of the Lakers and very involved in some of the decision making. So he started back in 1980 as a rookie, and there he is in 2009 at the 2009 parade.
There's Luke Walton. Speaking of Magic, Magic has a few rings of his own as a player and as an owner.
He's got 5 as a player, and I think he has about 4 as an owner.
Okay, let's go back out to Gary Miller. Gary?
Okay, here we go, Trev. Trev, when you think back to 2002, the last time this team won and had a parade, you were still Westchester High, I believe. What do you remember from that parade?
I just remember all the guys on the podium, everybody dancing, excited, but I never would expect for me to be in this situation, for one, and for 2, to see all these people out here just happy for us.
That's a pretty amazing sight, isn't it? Wow, can you imagine playing a game in front of that?
Man, I couldn't. No, I couldn't.
Are you going to speak today on the podium, or did you prepare anything?
I didn't prepare anything. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to speak, but if I have to, I will.
What was your favorite part of the parade coming over here with the things you saw?
Just seeing all the fans just showing how much they love us and appreciate us, and that means a lot to us, especially because we do this for our city, and I wouldn't trade any of this for the world.
Right, well, you're no longer the Westchester sophomore anymore. You're out here. You're the man today, Trevor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jim, we'll get it back to you while we're looking for more players to come by as they're gathering here in the VIP tent, cooling off a little bit before they go back down to the floor, the Staples Center floor that's here for the big presentation.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And James, we're looking at Kobe Bryant, and what a wonderful feeling this must be. You talk about someone with redemption. For Kobe Bryant, who went through all the things that he's gone through this particular year, the leader that he has become, and the feeling he must have right now.
Yeah, a lot of players in Kobe's status, it comes to mind like a Charles Barkley or Patrick Ewing, someone who never got to complete their career. When you look back on Patrick Ewing, you're going to say great, Charles Barkley, great, but they don't have that thing that completes them. Even though Kobe won 3 with Shaquille O'Neal, this one completes his career. In fact, he's going to be thinking about winning more, but I think as far as his legacy is concerned, he's done it all, including winning without Shaquille O'Neal, putting together a team by himself and making it happen. It is the absolute bookend to, not that he's finished, but it definitely completes. He's done it all.
What a picture postcard that is of looking at the 90,000 people that are there. And as far as Kobe is concerned, he finally started to talk a little bit after the championship, winning the championship the other night, about winning one without Shaq, because all the times he was asked about it, he said it was like water torture. And there is LT,
the voice of the Lakers, and I think possibly a future Hall of Famer as a contributor. There's no one's been around and won more championships than LT. But getting back to Kobe, yeah, he didn't want to talk about it before because it was on his mind. It's something that definitely something he dwelled on, winning without Shaquille, particularly when Shaquille went to Miami and won one with another superstar in Dwayne Wade. So it's all good that Kobe was able to mature, put together a team, become a true leader, and get the job done.
So the NBA champion Lakers have arrived at the Coliseum, and stay right where you are. We will be right back, and we will hear from the champions right after this on the Lakers station, KCAL9. And there are some of the Laker girls who are coming down to the Coliseum. As James, 85, 90,000 people that are there. They are jam-packed. You would think it's a football game this year. But right now, let's go back to Gary Miller one more time. Gary?
I'm here with Sasha Vujačić. And Sasha, can you remember 2002? I think you were playing in the Italian League. You're probably, about 15 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. What you remembered about the Lakers winning that last title before this one?
It was a great feeling, being a fan of the Lakers growing up, and Lakers are the team that are very well known internationally. I said I'm going to play for that team one day, and I want to win the championship with that team. So the only thing I can say, dreams can come true.
What's going on back home right now with the conversations you've had since you guys won it?
I hope they're doing the same thing. I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit crazier when I get home, but I know they're excited. I know they're happy. I know that we have a lot of Lakers fans. Not everybody's Laker fan. So hopefully it's like that. But
I know all you guys got to hold the trophy, and even got to touch Kobe's MVP, Finals MVP trophy. But show me some of the hardware you got. You just got this today?
We just got it today. Each player got one camera with his last name and 2009 NBA champions. So we can videotape and record everything, whatever our fans and everybody prepares for us. Amazing.
Have you been doing that? Were you on the bus taking video?
Yes, I get a bunch of stuff already here, so it's safe with me.
Well, thanks for sharing some video with us, Sasha. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sasha Vujačić, yet another member of the 2009 champs, Jim.
Gary, thank you very much. And there are the Laker girls going on the floor. Now, remember that is the actual floor that the Lakers play on at the Staples Center. Lee Zeidman and his group have done a marvelous job of getting the floor from the Staples Center over to the grounds there at the Coliseum. And James, you're wondering, we've seen some pretty unique performances at the end of these celebrations and at the end of these parades. And I can hardly wait to see what we're going to hear and see today.
Well, big ready for a surprise, because there's always something unexpected or speech. Mark Madsen danced a few years back. We might see some of that. Here you see the Laker girls who I think excites the crowd enough to get them involved to help the players win some games. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great venue. Could you imagine playing a nice temperature, cool game outside in the Coliseum? That looks kind of hot right now out there.
Yeah, it's hot, all right, that's for sure. But when you think about the Laker girls, remember, Dr. Buss was the first one to have Laker girls or cheerleaders, girls cheerleaders on basketball games. And of course, a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't do that, but it started with Paula Abdul and the Laker girls.
Well, Jim, they are more than pretty faces. These women are business ladies, and there are statistics that show that if you have good cheerleaders or Laker girls, that someone who can get a crowd excited and get them into the game, and that transfers down to the players, because when your crowd is involved, it gets loud, it gives the players a little bit more energy. So the Lakers girls have done a great job of engaging not only with the community, they do a lot of community service stuff, but they get the fans involved, and the fans get the players ready to go.
And of course, there's a Goodyear blimp, and we want to thank them for the wonderful aerials that they have been giving us this morning and this afternoon. And you were talking about the Laker girls, and it's amazing how when a team is on the road and they talk about when we get back home, we will feed off our crowd. We will feed off, off our cheerleaders, and that's exactly what the Lakers did in winning the NBA championship this year. Let's go back to Gary Miller right now. Gary?
No problem, ain't nothing.
Shannon, you haven't had enough champagne since Sunday?
Not at all, man. I'm trying to pop as many bottles as there is right now, man. So we trying to get it in.
Shannon, how much can you take in where you were when this season began to where you are today and look at what's out there?
Oh, it's a special feeling, man. You know, I went from not even knowing if I was gonna be in the NBA to winning the championship, man. And this parade really just did it for me. You know, driving through, floating through, seeing all the people that support us. You know, every game, man, and Laker faithfuls. You know, to look into their eyes and really see the support and love they give us. That was a special moment.
You know, you went to Michigan State, which got a pretty loyal following its own in the green, but when you look out and you see what's going on out there in the Coliseum, the purple and gold, and the way this team has been supported, how does it compare to what you thought was rabid fans?
It's uncomparable, man. You know, it make you shed a tear, man. My pops, man, he broke down. He started crying on the bus, man. So I really don't know what to say, man. I appreciate all the love that they give us, man. I love y'all back.
What was your memory of, take us back 7 years, the last time the Lakers won a championship? What were you doing and what did you think of the Lakers then?
Man, I was trying to get in the NBA, man. And of course, with the tandem of Kobe and Shaq, they were unstoppable, man. You couldn't mess with those guys, man. It was crazy to see them, depart. But Kobe, he back, man. He did his thing, man. And I think this is like one of his biggest for him, man. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Did you get your personalized phone with Brown on it in 2009 champs?
I got the not the phone, but the video camera. Yeah,
You've been taking some pictures.
I gave it to my little brother, so he's been doing all that for me. He way better.
So that you're in it, right?
I'm in it. I hope I'm in it. I hope I'm in it.
All right, definitely. Congrats, Shannon, and great shirt and great job, and go enjoy that. It's 95,000 strong. Yeah, Shannon Brown, Jim. Back to you.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And James, as we continue to look at the Laker girls, it's really amazing. Shannon Brown and Adam Morrison come here for Vladimir Radmanovich. We know Radmanovich is hot about what happened to him. But Shannon Brown came here. He was just a throw-in into that trade. Adam Morrison was supposed to be the big contributor, and look at what Shannon Brown ended up doing.
Yeah, everyone was expecting Adam Morrison to come in and continue what he did in college with his shooting and scoring. But what the Lakers needed more than ever was toughness. They needed someone that was going to come in and help relieve Derek Fisher and Farmar and play tough, physical defense against Deron Williams, against Utah, against the Denver Nuggets, against some of their guards, and Chauncey Billups. He was able to come in and help balance out some of the defense. He also was a threat in the transition game as well, and he shot the three ball very well. So he became an instant threat and an instant contributor to the Lakers right away.
And a big defensive guard that Phil Jackson absolutely loves. The players, really love him. He's such a likable guy, and his eyes are just really big right now because of where he was as opposed to where he is right now.
Now, when you think about it, Jim, yes, Radmanovich, we miss him. It was a tough trade. He was making some contribution, but when you think of guys like a Shannon Brown, who could have been in the D League or somewhere overseas, and Adam Morrison, who really suited up in a three-piece suit in plain clothes most of the time. These guys are now NBA champions. Yeah. Congo Cash, up and down with Binga, making it out of where he grew up and going all over the world and finally landing here. You think about Brian Shaw and Kirk Rambis as coaches. This is their first championship as a coach. So there's a lot of first-timers, a lot of young players who, once you get a taste of this, Sasha, Pau Gasol's only 28, Ariza, 23, they want more of this because when you get this, you don't want to settle for Western Conference Finals or anything less.
That's what makes the Lakers the Lakers. They want more. Now, let's go inside the tent right now where the players are and what they're thinking right now as to what they're going to say and do when they come out to meet 95,000 people.
Well, right now you're just oblivious. There's a couple of players that might have a few bullet points on what they're going to say. Obviously, we're going to hear from Derek and Kobe, but the players, Jim, you don't sleep after you win a championship. The couple of hours that you close your eyes, it's not sleep. You're exhausted. And I'm sure after this parade, guys are going to finally get home and get with their families and take a big nap. But they're thinking, like I said, they're thinking back to the Boston series last year, how painful that was to get beaten so badly by Boston. And then at the beginning of the year, what we're projecting for this year. Then all the trade rumors. Andrew Bynum maybe not going to stick around. Lamar Odom not going to stick around. Remember, Kobe was upset with how things were going on, and he was threatening to leave. But then you put all this together, and you get everybody back in sync, and you make plans, and this is what the result is.
Let's go to Gary Miller, who has one of the guys that started the whole thing. Gary.
Well, here's a guy that James knows pretty well. Magic, I guess it never gets old. You've been a part of a lot of these, 5 as a player, now 4 in this century. How do you react to what's going on today?
Well, I love it. It's, first of all, thanks to the mayor and the city and the city council for allowing it to happen. The fans deserve this parade. They deserve to salute the greatest team in the world in the Los Angeles Lakers. And, they came together. We have the greatest owner in Dr. Jerry Buss. We have the greatest coach in Phil Jackson. And we got the greatest player in the world in Kobe Bryant and the greatest team. And so when you mesh all that together, success just comes. They learned a lot from last season with the Boston Celtics. They were not going to be denied. Kobe Bryant, his leadership this year was incredible. Everybody jumped on board. Derek Fisher hit big shots. Gasol, one of the most talented big men in the game. I think Lamar Odom just grew, and matured. We would hope that we could sign him and Trevor Ariza back because we saw a different player in Trevor Ariza as well. Bynum will be better next year, and our bench. So the Lakers, I think they're going to be back here a couple of times. I don't think this will be the only one, but I've never seen, James, you could probably say this too, we've never had 99,000 in the Coliseum afterwards, and I think that's a statement how this city loves these Lakers, and it's a blessing to be able to share this with the world. And I tell you, it never gets old, and I love it.
It's a little different than City Hall in the Forum, right?
Yeah, a little different. We couldn't think this big back in the day, but I'm just glad that we graduated to this level. The Laker brand is worldwide, and the world loves this team, and they love Kobe Bryant and what he stands for as well.
Magic, I know Stan Van Gundy had a hard time, or Jeff Van Gundy had a hard time, especially when Stan got beat badly in Game 5. How tough a time did you have being impartial when you were doing analysis during the postseason?
Very tough. I'm cringing inside. It's hard when, your organization, I've been with this organization 30 years now, and so it's hard not to cheer for them deep inside. But you know what? They knew I was pulling for the Lakers, but also, too, I had to do a job, so it was hard. Just like James, he has to be impartial, but he loves the Laker. He'll be a Laker for life, so we both had a tough time.
You got a quick message for James on the way out?
No, big James, James. I mean, he's still the greatest that's ever done it. He's, you know what? There's never been a forward so exciting as a player and also raised his level when we went to the playoff. And still yet so quiet. He was a quiet assassin. Good to see you, Big James.
All right, Magic, thanks.
Oh, God. Yeah.
He's got to go down to the podium, James.
Yeah, he's got to go.
You should be out here.
Yeah, I was going to say, 90,000 people in the Coliseum. Back in our time, we were worrying about making $90,000. So, yeah, that's a big number.
Oh, Gary, this is absolutely incredible what we're going through as the Lakers right now working their way down to the podium. There's DJ Binga, Gary, and, of course, Derek Fisher. And we're told that someone may dance today, and that person that might dance just might be Binga.
I've never seen him dance. It's always interesting to see a 7-footer try to do the robot or something. So it'll be interesting to see.
There's Gary Vitti, who is the best trainer in sports.
And there you go. I would have to say that the Lakers are successful, but a lot of their success, and I mean this is important for you to know, a lot of the Lakers' success is contributed to Gary Vitti, because when we have injuries, we have the best trainer that can treat you and get you back, and not only get you back, but also stay on top of the injuries. He's very good at preventing injuries. Gary Vitti brought a lot of knowledge, a lot of new theory when he came on in 1982-83. So a lot of championship rings for Gary as well.
And a lot of people really don't know all of the trials and tribulations that these guys go through physically. There's Trevor Ariza, there's Andrew Bynum right there, there's Sasha. And here's Andrew Bynum, who a year ago was out of the playoffs because of an injury, and look at what he's doing this time.
Well, you know, he's made some remarkable strides. A lot of people was not happy with his rate of progress, but remembering he was a young kid out of high school, really hasn't played a ton of basketball. None collegiately, was hurt a lot coming out of high school, and I think that he's had a couple of injuries. He knows how to bounce back. We're going to be looking for great things from Andrew Bynum. As you take a look at the Lakers there, they were standing at the podium. There was Lamar Odom.
And you know, and what we think of Lamar Odom and what he's gone through in his career, and the way he just all of a sudden just blossomed, especially in the finals.
Well, a man or a woman or anybody that can withstand personal setbacks in your life, particularly when you lose a child. Here is the opening of the ceremonies as we listen in.
Councilwoman Jan Perry, I'm proud to represent the Staples area, the home of the Los Angeles Lakers, the #1 team in the world.
To pay for this wonderful celebration, and it all started with Jan Perry. There's Lamar Odom right there, and this is absolutely incredible. That's Pau Gasol, and now Jan Perry is making all the formal introductions as we are about to see and hear from this year's NBA champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. And the place is going to erupt, James. You know that when Kobe comes onto the floor.
Well, you know, the fans are waiting. As we mentioned earlier in the telecast, these are fans that don't get to come to Staples Center. They can't afford to on a regular basis. They watch KCAL9. They watch LTV, and they're going to get a chance to see their champions live here in the Coliseum.
And here we go with former police chief and now city councilman Bernard Parks, who is there with the Laker jersey on, and that's Jan Perry to the right of your screen right there.
The next council member we will hear from is the great Bernard Parks.
Is that his district?
Mr. Parks, the stage is yours, sir.
Good afternoon, Los Angeles. Tell the world that we wanted a parade today. I want to congratulate. Did we want a parade? I want to congratulate the Los Angeles Lakers, the Bus family, Mitch Kupchak, the general manager, the coach Phil Jackson, and all the players, and thank them for our 15th title. Special thanks to Phil for his 10th. On behalf of the Los Angeles City Council and all of the elected officials, we want to thank the LA Laker organization, Tim Wicki, AEG, and all of those corporate sponsors for helping us out today. Thank you very much.
Parks, thank you very much, council member. Now, you know, Michael, there were some rumors that the parade may not have been happening today due to some financial issues that the city had had. There are many people in the private sector who made today possible, but our next speaker is really the man who brought the championship parade to the city today, and that is the great mayor of our city, Antonio Villaraigosa.
Is LA ready for a party? Did you all want a parade? Do you want to see the Lakers? Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion, the NBA champs, 4 times in the last 10 years, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Time NBA World Champion, your Los Angeles Lakers. for Fox Sports West and KCAL9, a big round of applause for Joel Myers and Stu Lance.
Yeah. Thank you, LT. And thanks to the fans of Los Angeles. Thank you for making this possible for the Lakers today. I don't know about you, but I could get used to this, so we'll talk about repeat a little bit later. Yeah. But we want to introduce you to the 2009 World Champion Los Angeles Lakers. Still, you're used to this. I love you. This is the sweetest sign ever.
You never get used to this.
This is one of the best scenes I've ever witnessed in my life. We need to do this every June.
And we will, as long as we have the best team and the best fans.
Want to introduce the players, the staff, and why don't we do the staff before, save the players, and let's start out with some guys that have been with the Lakers a long time. I know you want to talk to Kobe. There are two members of the staff, everybody. Two members that have been with the Lakers longer than any others. We'll start with the equipment manager, the guy that has been there and as long as Dr. Buss has had the team. Rudy Garza-Duenas. Rudy. Yes. Next on the list, who?
Guy's been here longer than just about anybody. Athletic trainer, Gary Vee. Give it up, Vee. You gonna sit down over here or what? Come on.
Now let's meet the assistant coaches. With Phil Jackson in Chicago, here in Southern California, the former Buckeye from Ohio State, Jim Clemens.
Also with Phil Jackson for a long time, a lot of rings, assistant coach Frank Hamblin.
Someone who has won rings with the Lakers. We love him as Clark Kent, don't we? A Laker for life, Kurt Rambis.
And it wasn't too long ago, this assistant coach was a major part of championships with the Lakers. Brian Shaw.
It's a shame they don't like B. Shaw very much around here, isn't it? The reason the Lakers were one of the top scoring teams of the NBA this year, ranked in the top 5 across the board. Shooting, scoring, free throw percentage. Their shooting coach, who's been with them a few years now, he won rings with Phil Jackson. Craig Hodges.
And when you talk about champions, always has been, always will be, the captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So we have met the Lakers coaching staff, well, almost the entire coaching staff. Before we say hello to the Lakers head coach, I want to give a shout out, and I want to hear it from all of you. He's in Oregon, and he can hear it up there. Someone that we love, who's been a Laker assistant. Let's hear it for Tex Winter.
course, the man at the top, the winningest coach, championship-wise in the history of the NBA. I'm not just talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 championships for Phil Jackson. Let there be no mistake on either coast who the man is. It has been put to rest, finally, Phil Jackson.
Let's also, as we get ready to meet the team, thank once again Dr. Jerry Buss and the Buss family for making this all possible. Thank you. And we also want to recognize the man who assembled the team, the general manager of the Lakers, Mitch Kupchak. And finally, in the back, we got to say hello to him. He won a few rings. What was it, just 4 rings in the 80s? Irvin Magic Johnson. Your champions, and what a year, 65-17, 65 wins. We start things off, man on the baseline. He banged him around, didn't he? His teammates had to watch out for him in practice too. DJ Benga. Come on up, DJ.
Next, a guy that didn't get a lot of time with the Lakers, but we know what he can do, Adam Morrison.
Someone you'll hear a lot from in the future. Former second-round pick of the Lakers. He has a bright future. Soon Yue.
The win in Orlando was so good, so shocking to the Orlando fans, it must have rubbed off on the next guy. Look what it did to his wing, Josh Pau.
This young man joined the Lakers earlier this season. He's out of Michigan State, and we knew he could defend because he was all first-team defense. Little did we know what he could do offensively. The Lakers' own human highlight reel, Shannon Brown.
This next guy, I guess somebody started calling him something, and it kind of stuck. They call him the Machine. The Machine, Sasha Vujačić.
Yes. We continue this celebration, and it's going to be a while. We're going to talk to some of the guys and head coach Phil Jackson as well. This young man is an LA native. Played in the Valley, played at UCLA, and as a Laker, Jordan Farmar.
finals, but now that he's got that ring on his finger, number 4, Luke Walton. Yeah, let's hear Luke.
One of the reasons we're here today, and we have a chance to be here often in the future. He's only 21. He's locked up for the next 5 years. They're going to want to see him in the post. And as we all found out, offensively, he's way ahead of the other guy in Orlando. The key down the road, Andrew Bynum.
If steals were something that you went to jail for, this next guy would be behind bars for a long time. He's a pickpocket. He's a thief. Trevor Ariza.
Trevor. By the way, he's not going anywhere. He's staying where he belongs here in LA. Another guy that's not getting away. I promise you, he will not get away. We have to have him. We always talk about good people, hearts of gold, the soul of a person. No one is better than Lamar Odom.
And I guess everybody can put his soft routine to bed, because this young man was big time. I'm talking big time in the finals. Pau Gasol.
Our world didn't change at all, did it? Last February 1st, that was the day our lives changed. We got Pau Gasol. Up next, he left us, but not really. He couldn't get away from us. In San Antonio, we thought it was the best shot we'd ever seen, .4. That was until the NBA Finals this year. Derek Fisher. Yeah. I think that's it, isn't it? Is that got it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I've always wondered what it would be like to meet somebody from another planet. Well, I found out, because he's not from this one, he must be from another one. Simply the best, the very best. Your MVP, Kobe Bryant.
MVP this year. Now, I know you want to hear from some of the guys, and we also want to talk to the man that has orchestrated it. He is the best coach in NBA history. No one has as many championships. He talks about the journey, and that's what we want to hear about with this team. Let's welcome back head coach Phil Jackson. Phil, there was a road trip earlier this season, and we thought our world fell apart. Andrew Bynum went down, first game of the road trip. In the next 5, the Lakers proceeded to win all 5. They took care of Boston Thursday on a nationally televised game. Sunday went to Cleveland. Cavaliers didn't have a loss. They had one after the Lakers left that Sunday afternoon. Did you find out a lot about your team after that road trip?
Yeah, we've been planning this road trip for, a month. Literally, after we came back from our Christmas road trip, we said the next one we're going to go get them, and we did.
That was a difference maker. It set the tone for the season. Stu?
Set the tone for a great season, and the season culminated with your 10th championship. Tell me something about the relief of having it, not having to have another guy in the conversation. What did it feel like?
Still, the winning is the end of a culmination of a long journey. And every one of them is a big step. Every playoff opponent, a big step. I want to say some things here right now to the fans. We are humbled by your devotion and appreciation to us. To the community of LA, to the greater Los Angeles basin, join us in the celebration. We hope our fans do not disturb you and celebrate creatively, not destructively. And to our organization, the people who line the court here, that provide security, food, clothing, health. They pamper us. Thank you. Thank you all. And to this team, what was our motto on this team? The ring. The ring. That was the motto. It's not just this band of gold, it's the circle that's made a bond between all of these players. A great love for one another. It's a great feeling. Finally, to my family, for being through 10 of these. It's been a great feeling for those kids to grow up with NBA providing their party ground. And personally, I want to thank Jeannie Buss for encouraging me to come back and coach this team one more time.
All right, with that, as we wrap things up with Coach Jackson, we can only say, we hope you're back at least one more time.
The winningest coach, Phil Jackson.
Up next, we won't hold against him that he's an Arizona Wildcat because he grew up in Southern California. But once he got to the Lakers, we all knew we had a keeper, a glue guy, a guy that fit with what Phil Jackson was doing. Little we know, he was going to be a prankster and everything else to his teammates. Can I hear it for Luke Walton? Luke, the journey. Coach talks about it. What stands out in your mind the most?
It's all just been a great adventure. The team, the fans, the winning, the losing, getting through the tough times, and then finally coming on top and winning the championship. It's unbelievable, and we got to thank you fans for everything. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys.
I know one thing. When you get home to San Diego and you see Pops can't hold no ring over your head anymore. You have some ammunition to fire back with.
Yeah, my dad's been talking trash for years now about how he's an NBA champion. But I got one ring, but the thing is, my ring is with a better franchise than his ring is with because he had to win one with the Celtics and we got one with the LA Lakers.
Luke, thank you. Anything you want to say and address to your teammates before we wrap it?
Just want to thank you guys. I look forward to having Trevor, Lamar, and Shannon back next year, and Coach Jackson coaching us. It's going to be a great year. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Luke. Let's hear it for Luke Walton. We just talked about another Southern California guy, an LA native, and he hit some big shots down the stretch for the Lakers. Did he ever come through off the bench this year, and especially in the finals? Let's welcome back Jordan Farmar. Happy for you. Now, tell us, as an LA native, growing up watching the Lakers and now winning a ring with the Lakers, what's it like?
Man, words can't even express how I feel right now. I'm one of y'all, man. I started where everybody is right now. I was watching the parade when I was 6 years old, so it's real special for me.
Being so young, experiencing success, you had a journey this year. It wasn't easy for you. Talk to me a little bit about what you've learned this season, about what it takes to be a champion.
I think the word that might sum it all up is sacrifice. Putting yourself behind the rest of the team. You know, the team goals and the organizational goals go first. I learned that. I've matured a lot as a man this year. My fans, LA people stuck with me, helped me get through. You know, I appreciate it. We champs now.
He's an Angelino. He's wearing the purple and gold and got to do it again one more time. We're right here next June, middle of June. The group keeping together. A lead guard who's only going to get better. I know you feel the same.
Absolutely. We're all young, man. I'm 22 years old. Drew's 21. So we got a lot of years left of this. You can't never get used to this.
Thank you, Jordan Farmar. You know, we haven't talked about that much, but Jordan touched on it. This is a very, very young group. And the guy that we're going to bring up now, he's still a couple of years away from turning 30. He's still a couple of years under contract. Fortunately for us, the big man from Barcelona. And what a job he did in the NBA Finals. Let's welcome back Pau Gasol. Last February 1st, he arrived from Memphis, by way, of course, Barcelona, where he started. What was it like when you arrived in Los Angeles? Because the expectations just a little different than Memphis.
Yeah, just a little. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here today. It's you guys are making our day. You guys make this so special. We make this so special. We are so fortunate to be here. So thank you, first of all. Second of all, yeah, getting here was amazing. Everybody showed me a lot of love. I felt extremely welcomed. I've been blessed to be a part of this team and being a part of this city, a part of this community. So thank you so much. Gracias de verdad de corazón. De corazón a todos. Sois los mejores aficionados del mundo. Muchas gracias a todos.
Stu.
Forward, center, but with guard skills. You create such problems for everybody. What was your feeling having to do so many different things this year, playing defensively against smaller players, defensively against bigger, stronger players, but still possessing all of the fundamental skills to make it all work?
Well, it was a challenge, obviously, but you know, I own up to it. I think you know, the coaching staff really put a lot of responsibility on me and trusted me to get the job done. And I was looking forward to it. And I know with this group of guys, anything is possible. We got such an amazing group of guys here, such a quality basketball level. Coaching staff is unbelievable. So it was just doing my job. It was doing my part.
And now, in conclusion, playing alongside Andrew Bynum for the next few seasons. Good things down the road. More rings potentially.
Yeah, potentially, absolutely. We got an amazing young group of people here. We're still hungry. We're not done yet. We want more. We want more. And after leaving today, after experiencing what we experienced in the parade, coming here and being in this beautiful stadium, we wanna definitely offer you more. So be ready for it.
Congratulations, Pau Gasol. Just a couple of years ago, we weren't in this position. It was the first round and it was done. And then a guy came back who was a former first-round pick of the Lakers, and when he came back, all of a sudden things started to fall into place in the locker room, on the floor, roles, expectations were different, demands were different. He hit .4, but boy, the one in Orlando sent us to overtime. The big one with less than a minute left in overtime. Derek Fisher. Things have changed since the first time around, but it's still sweet, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's real sweet. LA, what's up, baby?
And now that here you are at this point of your career, because you and Kobe, you had 3 in a row early in this decade, it's a different feeling and one to be savored.
Yeah, no, it's a different feeling because of these guys behind me. This team is a special team. This is the most fun that I've ever had on a winning team. We want to be the best, we are the best, but we really enjoy getting down together, and we appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody getting up at 2 o'clock this morning, everybody that didn't go to sleep. We appreciate everybody to come out, show the love.
Nothing like it in LA, is there? Absolutely nothing like the passion.
Nah, it's nothing like it, man. This is the best city in the world to be a champion. It's a city of champions. We love LA. And we know you love LA, baby. We appreciate it, man. We the champs, we the best.
I know the fans would have obviously loved for you to close it out at home so they could have shared it right then and there. But isn't it a special feeling to take care of biz on the opponent's floor?
Yeah, it's no better feeling as an athlete than to go on an opposing team's court or field and just get it done. And that was the professional thing to do. We showed a lot of growth and toughness in doing that. And we know you would have loved for us to be back here to do it, but this is what today is for. Everybody get to come hang out today and show their appreciation. So we're here.
Derek, congratulations. Any final thoughts before we get ready for defending this championship next fall?
Anybody want to do this again next year?
Yeah.
Well, again, I said it a little earlier. I'd always wanted to meet or at least see someone from another planet. Well, I have. I don't know where he's from. He ain't from here. He's not from here. Number 24, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, you can chant it. You can go MVP. You can do it. 13 years ago, he came to the Lakers. 3 rings, 2000, 2001, 2002. Different story, though. Young group of guys, but as Derek Fisher said, he really enjoyed the journey. It was special because he had a lot of fun, just like I know that you did.
Yeah, no, it's been a blast, being here, from 96 until now. And 3 championships we won before, and now here we are, back on top. So this feels unbelievable.
Back on top with a lot of room to spare. A lot left in the gas tank with the guys we're looking at behind you.
No, there's plenty left. We have a young team, a team that has a lot of chemistry, and we're all hungry. We feel this championship, we feel the energy of the city. We want to do this thing again and again. So, we'll be back next year ready to go.
That's what I wanted to hear.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mid-June. So we can plan on working until mid-June every year.
Yeah, we're going to keep on rolling.
So that means that's good news and good news. Good news is you're coming back. And the good news is you're not going anywhere, bro. You're not going anywhere, bro. Talk to me. You're not going anywhere if I gotta kidnap you.
Yo, where I'm gonna go? It's my home, man. Where I'm gonna go?
That's what I wanna hear.
Ain't gonna let me go nowhere. Well, hey, before we get out of here, there's one thing that we did all year long from the start of training camp. Every time we brought it in after practice, right before the game, halftime, after the game, we all put our hands in together. We say 1, 2, 3, ring. That's what we said every single day. All right, now I want everybody to do this. Everybody gonna do this. We gonna bring it in. Come on, man, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in. On 3, everybody. I want everybody to say ring on 3. 1, 2, 3, ring. Let's go.
You can bring them together. He brought them together this year. Let's hear it again for the MVP of the finals, Kobe Bryant.
And let's hear it one more time for your 2009 NBA champions, Los Angeles Lakers.
So there you have it. The victory celebration, the parade culminating at the Coliseum is now over as the Lakers are headed back upstairs to get on the buses to go back to the Staples Center. And now, James, go home and go to sleep.
Yeah, I would imagine that this whole group is pretty tired, including the staff and the whole Laker organization, front office. Pretty exhausting when you win. Pretty exhausting to plan a season like this, follow it, sustain it, and then get the results that you wanted. So, yeah, they have all summer to rest and take it easy.
One of the things that sticks out in my mind the most about hearing from the fellas is what Phil Jackson said when he said, "We are humbled by you being here and by your support."
Absolutely, Jim. You know, the fans really play a huge part. Obviously, Phil Jackson's a great coach. It takes great players, but you also need that intangible. You need someone when you're in the grocery store to say, "Hey, don't worry about it, we'll get it next time." You need someone when you're dropping your kids off at school to support you. It makes a big difference when you go to a local restaurant and the Laker fans are there to support you, because it takes a village really to support a happening like this. I mean, obviously you got great players, great organization started with Dr. Buss and his family, but to put it all together, those 90,000 people that showed up in that arena are very close to the players in their own respect.
Let's go out to Gary Miller, who's at the Coliseum. And Gary, it must have been deafening out there listening to everyone yell and cheer.
It was, Jim, and there's still streamers coming through, and there's been an effect unlike you've ever seen. When they blew those off after Kobe made the announcement, they came streaming through the peristyle here, and it's just an incredible sight. And now, as you watch just that glow, that sense of satisfaction on each of the Lakers as they walk by, and people are yelling to them, taking pictures, and they're just smiling, and they're just soaking it all in. And the architect, Mitch Kupchak's going the other way, but there's Derek Fisher, who was one of the most popular guys on the podium. Just an amazing warmth spread over these guys from this crowd of nearly 100,000 that was here. And just the greatest display I've ever seen at a victory celebration for any team ever.
Gary,
here comes Sasha with the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Oh, you might as well see if you. I don't think he's going to give up that trophy.
Next year's a new one.
How's that feel, Sasha?
Feels great. It's unbelievable feeling.
How heavy is it?
You want to try? I can't give it to you. I'm not giving it out. It's not very heavy.
Did you use your camera to get a picture like this?
Yes. The cameras are right there.
All right. Yeah, these guys are going to be looking at tape for quite a while, I think, Jim and James. These are things they'll be looking at this coming summer, 10, 20 years from now, although maybe it'll happen all over again next summer.
Yeah, Gary, you could see, though, when the Lakers were going out on the floor and in front of the crowd, you could see the enthusiasm in their eyes, and it was almost like, wow, look at this.
It was. We were standing here, and when we got them when they first arrived, and they were standing back here at the VIP gathering before they could just see out and see that sea of humanity, most of which was gold. I mean, everyone was wearing their colors today. And you heard some of the interviews we had before the presentation. You know, the guys just overwhelmed. They've seen things in their basketball careers and in their life, but nothing ever like this. So I think we had that idea. You know, James mentioned it. And I wonder if some of the guys who saw this today from Staples, we're getting into this era of outdoor events. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a Laker exhibition game here at the Coliseum sometime in the near future.
Well, Gary, thank you. And, of course, I was talking with James Worthy about this a little while ago. And, James, you mentioned this was probably the best celebration that you've seen for a Laker championship.
Yeah, 90,000 people. That's a lot of people. We didn't get nearly as much downtown, even though the impact was still a very good celebration. But I also, too, think this victory, this championship, now you know the Lakers won three-peat. They won back-to-back, and they won for the first time against the Celtics in 1985. Can't diminish that. But this one, the way they put this team together with all the obstacles they had to overcome, losing to the Celtics last year, how humiliating was that? Then coming back, that's very hard to do. Come back, look in the mirror, and create a team. Kobe emerged as a true leader this year. This is the first time I've ever seen him 100% believe in his teammates, whoever was on the floor. And when he was not on the floor, he believed in what the guys were doing. So this one's very special, and I just think it's more exciting and more meaningful almost than any championship that the Lakers have won since I've been involved.
And, you know, sometimes you wonder, you know, what are they talking about in the huddle and things like that? And we just got a preview of that we just saw, because before every game it was always 1, 2, 3, ring. They were talking about this the whole year, because a lot of times guys will say defense, offense, let's go, stuff like that. But with them, it's always been the championship.
You have to, and you have to have those subtle reminders just to plant that seed in your head. And I think ring was a good one. Pat Riley used to say, no defense, no rebounds. That's what we used to say. But ring, it gives you that final accomplishment out there that you're seeking. During the regular season, you remind yourself constantly of that.
And now when you talk about winning again, and that's what they're talking about, and they're saying it in a very positive manner, there are pitfalls starting from this day forward to keep them from getting a repeat championship.
Well, yeah, there's always pitfalls because now they're the team that's sought after, as was the Boston Celtics. So every game that they play, beginning with exhibition, is going to be very intense, like a playoff game. Plus, Dr. Buss and family are going to have to figure out a way to keep this team together, because right now they're already being predicted as favorites for next year. I don't think the Celtics, they've won their championship. They have some veteran players. I still don't see San Antonio rebuilding quick enough to make a difference. Cleveland, I'm not sure. Shaquille O'Neal going to Cleveland, there's no guarantees with that. Shaq went to Phoenix, of course, and they weren't able to emerge. And, you know, when you think of Denver and some other teams still creating their chemistry, the Lakers already have a formula, and they have young players that are eager to get back to the podium.
And so now everyone is trying to get out of the Coliseum, where there's 90,000 people there. So let's check in with our own Randy Page, who is there at the Coliseum now. Randy?
That's right, Jim. We heard head coach Phil Jackson implore his fans to celebrate creatively, not destructively. And so far, things are going well, but we are now in that moment of truth. Let's take a look right now down Exposition, and you can see the crowd is moving very well along this route. We haven't seen any real problems. LAPD is clearly making their presence known. And the crowd is moving very well. But I must tell you that we watched as the Coliseum filled up in less than 1 hour. It'll take very little time for the fans to come out. So we'll have to keep a close look over the next few minutes to see how things go.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. We know how crazy it gets out there, and especially Laker fans just really go crazy when the camera is on and celebrating with the team. But, you know, it's really amazing the relationship that the Lakers have with the community and vice versa. And it seems as though, at least right now, the Laker fans are adhering to what the players are saying. Let's have a good time, let's celebrate, but let's do it responsibly.
You know, Jim, we have great citizens in Los Angeles. Since I arrived here in 1982, there are some really, really great citizens and people who abide by the law. Unfortunately, the 1 or 2 or 3 people that always stand out and do something negative. But overall, we don't have problems with our fans. We have great fans, and they know how to engage with even visiting teams. We don't get what a lot of cities get, but like Boston, it's a whole different matter. But our fans are great fans. I think sometimes 1 or 2 incidents put under the microscope, but it doesn't speak for the entire Southland of Los Angeles.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about next year and the problems the Lakers are going to face. One of them, of course, you know, is signing players. Kobe opting out. You think that's going to happen?
I think Kobe wants to win. I think Kobe would do whatever he needs to do to remain a Laker. He's got Pau Gasol. He don't want to leave that and go to, I don't know where he could go and finish off his career. I mean, he's got to stay.
Lamar Odom. We know there's going to be a lot of interest in Lamar Odom. And I can tell you right now, 4, maybe 5 teams that are interested in Lamar Odom right this minute.
Moment of truth.
Yeah.
Does he want money? He can get a ton of money and go somewhere else. Or does he want to stay and finish out his legacy here in Los Angeles? He loves Los Angeles. He's a humble guy. I don't think he's going to take a major decrease in pay. But here is the Laker key free agents, Jim, and I think all 3 of them should come back.
Trevor Ariza is a young man who has really shown his value, because throughout the course of the playoffs, whenever the Lakers made a key run, a 13-2, a 12-1 run, it always seemed to start with a great defensive play by Ariza.
Even more so than Kobe. Kobe can get the job done offensively most of the time, but Trevor can get things done in so many different ways. A lot of things you don't even see that he does. Yeah, he makes big steals. Yes, he hits big threes, But when he's out there inside the game, there's a lot of stuff going on that he does that distracts. He gets his hands on loose balls. He dives. This kid is, I think, other than Kobe, the most vital guy for the Lakers right now.
This is the 15th championship that the Lakers have won. They've been to the finals 30 times. This is their 15th championship. And when you look at the best of the best, as far as championships are concerned, 2 more, and they will tie and equal the Boston Celtics. And you know that's got to be in the back of their minds.
Well, I know Kobe. You know, he's got 4. He's won without Shaq. Now people are going to say, well, Michael got 6. That's going to be his motivation. And he can stretch 2 more championships out of this team. And also, for the organization, the Celtics have 17. It'd be nice to tie or surpass that one.
They are indeed the international team right now. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so. When you think of sports teams, you know, you think of the Lakers and then maybe the Yankees. I'm not sure.
That is for sure. So what a day it has been. And on behalf of everyone here at KCAL9 and, of course, on our sister station, CBS2, I'm Jim Hill saying thank you so much for watching. Thank you.
Good job.
We got to do it again next year,
Yes,
huh?
sir. Yes,
We're going to have a lot of fun. And as some basketball fans are saying, order has been restored because the NBA championship is back with the Lakers. And we'll see you next year on LTV. So long, everybody.
LA, what's up, baby? That's how you do it. Bring it back to where it belongs, baby.